One of the fruits I consider an admin-only fruit inside of Roblox Grow a Garden is the cursed fruit. Yes, it used to be available in the game, but only for a limited time before a lot of people started playing Grow a Garden. So I actually had to get an admin to give me the cursed fruit seed to get every single mutation on it to see how valuable this thing actually would be. So make sure to watch it to the end of this video to see some of these insane mutations I got on this cursed fruit and to see how much it's actually worth. All right, so we're gonna get this cursed fruit set up. We're gonna go ahead and start by getting some sprinklers ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and place the master sprinkler, godly sprinkler, advanced, and basic, just like we always do. And then we're gonna go ahead and place our cursed fruit right underneath that. And we're also going to start spamming out some mooncats to then get our cursed fruit to be massive today. All right, let's see. That's all 8 mooncats. We're good there. And the sprinklers are bugging out. They're not spraying. It looks like they're still watering it because it's making progress. We have 5,000 watering cans, so let's get this thing fully grown. And just like that, we are now at a fully grown cursed fruit, and the mooncats are starting to nap. So hopefully these cursed fruits grow in pretty massive. The cursed fruit is growing in, and it looks to be pretty massive. There's a space right here, a gap in the middle of it, which I think that could be a bug. Mooncats got us a pretty large cursed fruit. I don't really know the largest size of the cursed fruit. I've never really grown cursed fruits besides one time, so I don't know the maximum size we can get the fruit. This looks to be pretty large, and it seems to be growing pretty quick, so I think the watering cans did work. It's just a little laggy because Roblox be dying right now. All right, well, I can't tell if this is gonna take a while to fully grow. It's very laggy right now. I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is spend some Robux here and get this thing to fully grow. All right, we got the main account. Let's see if the main account can actually grow this cursed fruit for us. I'm gonna go ahead and pay the Robux over there, and let's see it. Yeah, I think it worked. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pick up all of our mooncats, and let's move on to the mutations. We gotta get 5 mutations so the butterfly can take those 5 mutations and turn this thing into rainbow. So we'll go ahead and add our shock onto there, which the shock cursed fruit, look at this. That looks incredibly awesome. We're gonna put the chocolate spray mutation on it and the pollinated. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use the honey sprinkler to get this thing honey glazed, and then we will finish off with the polar bears. And these polar bears should get this thing chilled, and that'll be our 5 mutations, so we can get this thing turned into rainbow. Polar bears, don't let me down today. We gotta make this cursed fruit have all the mutations on it. We gotta make sure this thing is spicy and expensive by the end of this. You guys hear me? All right, they're all failing again. Please, one of you get chilled. Oh, let's go. Let's go. One of them got chilled. I think it was this guy. Zeffy, you're the goat, man. All right, we can now pick up all of our polar bears because we now have the 5 mutations that the butterfly will need. So let's go ahead and first off put our queen bee down, and then we'll get the butterfly put down. And the queen bee, again, has a 6-minute shorter cooldown than the butterfly. So it will cool down the butterfly, and then the butterfly will add the rainbow mutation from all of the current mutations we have. All right, so we've actually been getting some crazy events while we're waiting for our queen bee to cool down. So we got moonlit and windstruck, but all this is about to go away because the butterfly has got to do its magic to get this thing rainbow. So the queen bee is cooling down. Now the butterfly should be in action, and let's get this cursed fruit to rainbow. And there we go. Our cursed fruit is now rainbow, looking nice. All right, so what we're gonna go ahead and do now is we're gonna go ahead and put some sea turtles down so we can try to get the wet mutation on our cursed fruit. So we have about 3 sea turtles we can use to do that. And then we're also going to stack some polar bears as well to get chilled / frozen, because once we get the wet mutation, it'll turn into frozen. And let's go ahead and also add those mutations back on there that we had. So we're gonna add chocolate, shocked, pollinated, and then let's get a honey sprinkler. And just like that, we are back up to 5 mutations. All right, the first chilled has failed. The second chilled has failed. Come on, one of you guys get chilled. Sea turtles, you guys do your thing. Okay, all the chilleds have failed, but maybe the sea turtles will do their mutations, please. All right, do your flips. Boom. Oh, look at that. First try. Sea turtle applied mutation wet to cursed fruit. So now this thing is wet, and now we can go ahead and pick up these sea turtles and max out on the polar bears. All right, some of the polar bears are in action, but more are failing. Oh, there we go. Polar bear applied mutation, chilled the cursed fruit. This cursed fruit is officially frozen, and now we're up to 6 mutations. And with that, we can go ahead and get rid of all these polar bears, and then we can go ahead and add in a bunch of pets that we need to get some more mutations. So what we're going to go ahead and do is the usual, where we add in 2 of our disco bees. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in 2 of these little guys. We'll spawn in 2 cooked owls that we have. We'll spawn in 2 of our scarlets to apply the verdant mutation. And finally, we'll start off with 2 of these chicken zombies to hopefully get zombified onto this thing. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get some alt accounts in here so we can take up this plot right here or this one. So we're in the middle, so we're a little bit closer because all the events spawn in back here over by the gear shop. And being in the middle definitely helps our chances with these event mutations. So I'll be right back. Oh, okay, it looks like our cooked owl just applied the burnt mutation onto our cursed fruit. We always get the burnt one. We never get the cooked. The cooked is a hard one to get, but burnt is still good. It's still added on there for an extra mutation. So that means we can go ahead and pick up our cooked owls now, and then we can increase our other pets. I'm gonna go ahead and use another chicken zombie then, and we're gonna go ahead and spawn in another disco bee to up those chances because the scarlet bird should be able to get this cursed fruit verdant pretty easily. All right, Brighter is here, ready to queue up the events. And usually the space event is the one that gets queued up first. So I'm going to just see if I move my cursed fruit over here. Yep, there it is. I don't know how the space event actually affects. I don't know if it's just a passive mutation or if your fruits have to be hit by these engines. I have not gotten galactic yet. So what I'm going to do is I guess I'll line it up with one of these and see if it helps at all. Kind of don't think it matters. I think it's just a passive one that you may or may not get. We're starting with space travel, and then we also have night, so we can get moonlit on this thing. And also in the background, we're still waiting for these pets to cool down so we can get disco, zombified, and verdant. Oh, there we go. A fruit in your garden mutated to moonlit. So the night event was successful. All right, let's see. Galactic engines are going, and did that do anything? Did that give us galactic? No. Yeah, so this one's definitely just passive, and it's, again, only a small chance for the fruit to turn galactic. It looks like the galactic events failed, and there's no galactic either, so we're just not doing very good today. Hopefully these aliens end up liking my cursed fruit. I did try to make it nice and pretty for them, and hopefully they mutate it, because I need that alien-like mutation. That'd be really nice. Oh, Disco Bee applied disco mutation to cursed fruit. Thank you, Disco Bee. Handshake, Disco Bee. And that is another one we can mark off the list. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up these Disco Bees. Let's go ahead and spawn in another Scarlet to hopefully get verdant a little bit faster. And we will also spawn in some more chicken zombies to hopefully get zombified on this thing. All right, well, it looks like none of these aliens like my cursed fruit, which is very unfortunate because now I'm probably gonna start crying any minute here. And the alien invasion is gone, and we did not get alien-like or galactic, so we're not off to the best start. But we have the Jandel heavenly event, so maybe we can finally get heavenly for once in our life. Wait, he's down here. Hey, what are you doing down here? You good? Can I jump on you? Oh, I can. Let me whisper in your ear. Hey buddy, I need that heavenly event, please. Please give me that heavenly mutation. Please just give me that heavenly mutation, man. I really need that heavenly mutation. Oh. Jandel? He's gone. He got obliterated by a volcano. Well, did we get heavenly? No. All right, I don't even care about him getting obliterated by a volcano now. Bring your mutations over here. Oh, this one's in, this one's in, this one's in, this one's in. It's not in. It's in the middle of the map. Oh, that was like right here that literally touched it. I want to put this at the end just so I have a better chance. Come on. Come on, please, 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 please. Yes, that's in. That's in. We got it. Whew. That was stressful. And we are down to some meteors. Now, hopefully these hit. I think for this one, I definitely am going to travel this guy back into the middle of my garden here, like right here at least. I'm going to get this ready to move. Get this thing ready to move and pop! Oh, and actually, okay, we're good. We're good. All right, I need one of these Scarlets to hopefully give us the Verdant mutation. 2 of them are about to cool down. 1 of them has a minute and a half. Let's get Verdant on this, guys. Come on, do your thing. Let's get it. Failed. Okay, next Scarlet, please. Please, Verdant mutation. Let's go, dude. Scarlet applied Verdant to Cursed Fruit. We are now up to Verdant. We can now get Paradisal and Sun-Dried added on. Perfect, perfect. Let's go ahead and pick up these Scarlets now, and we're going to go ahead and max out on the Chicken Zombies, and then we're going to bring in our Queen Bees just to help them with their cooldowns. We got Meteoric as well, which is awesome. Hopefully we can get Void Touch, because Void Touch we never seem to get, and it's... There it is. I thought it was bugging out. Maybe if I just use my trowel, I can put this like right here in the corner of my lot, and then reach that vine all the way out, and then maybe this is close enough now to touch the black hole and give us void touched. No, it just really doesn't like me at all, actually. All right, well, next up is celestial. Okay, well, this one shouldn't be too hard. This one, we can wait for one of the star crawlers to start pulling, and then we can just drop this right onto the one it's about to land on. Oh, move it. Whew. We made it. I think we made it. We get it? Okay, good. That worked. We got celestial. That's the little thing you could do. You trowel your plant right on top of a star crawler if you need it to get celestial. All right, that gives us another mutation down. We're now up to 13 mutations on our cursed fruit. The wind is here. We have gale, which is a very high wind struck chance. So for some reason, every time I move my fruits towards the end of my plot, like all the way over here, it seems to always get wind struck so much faster. I don't know why. I might just be tripping, but let's see if it happens again. And it also could just be because the gale helps it get wind struck faster. Oh, there we go. Literally, like I was just saying, dude. I don't know why. Every time I move my fruit over here, it's wind struck nearly instantly. All right, we're in tornado season now. The tornadoes are here to hopefully give us the twisted mutation. This one's a little easier to get now that the tornadoes actually spawn around the map and move a lot better. Maybe we'll have some more spawn in close like this guy. Yes. All right, put this right here. Come on in. Oh, he's going this way? No. Come here. Come here. Oh, he doesn't know what to do. He's not making his mind up. Okay. Oh, another one spawned right on top of it. All right, put it on this one. Come on, there's no way we don't get twisted from this. They're like literally right here on it. There's no way we don't. I'm just gonna keep maximizing my chances. Tornado is staying in our property. He's staying in our garden. It's gone. Did we get twisted from that? Let's go. We got twisted. All right, the tornadoes are gone and it's heat wave, and literally instantly as that spawned in, we got one of the heat wave sunbeams to strike, which just gave us the paradisal mutation, and it striked again, which also should give us the sun-dried mutation, and there we go. 16 mutations on our cursed fruit. Okay, so I was literally just waiting for Brighter to join in and add the rest of the mutations onto our cursed fruit, and while I was waiting, one of the chicken zombies just went crazy and got us zombified. So we're actually up to 17 mutations on the cursed fruit. So now we don't have to have him add zombified on here. So now all we have to do is have him add galactic, alien-like, plasma, heavenly, bloodlit, void touched, verdant. I know we had verdant already, but we're gonna have him add it back on because before we had it, it just converted to paradisal. And we're also gonna have him add on dawnbound just for the heck of it and gold for the heck of it. So that way we can technically have every mutation on this cursed fruit. All right, so Brighter is here. He's going to add those mutations that we just said. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up our big cursed fruit here. All right, so there we go. Brighter is now going to add on the mutations that we listed just a second ago onto this thing, so it can have literally every mutation in the game on this cursed fruit. All right, and just like that, we now have every mutation on our cursed fruit. So we're gonna go ahead and see what the value of this thing is when we talk to Steven. Moment of truth. 15 billion shekels, this cursed fruit with every mutation on it in the game. Again, there are issues with all of the mutations being added onto fruit, so if this value does seem a little bit low, it's probably just a bug. That is the cursed fruit getting every mutation on it. All right, so first things first is I'm actually gonna go ahead and spawn in my apple gazelle here, and we're gonna spawn in my 3 mandrakes, and we're actually gonna go ahead and pick up these sugar apples that have the wet mutation on them and that are boring and kind of gross over here to try and get the warp mutation. There we go. We have the warp mutation that just spread to this sugar apple here. So our apple gazelle is actually done. We can go ahead and pick that guy up. We're going to go ahead then and spawn in an advanced sprinkler right here. And we're going to throw down some mandrake seeds. And we're just going to keep watering these and trying to get the rot mutation from our mandrakes real quick. All right, we didn't get any there. Let's try it again. All right, we just got to do this a couple of times until we get that rot mutation. Come on. You know what? I'm going to boost these guys. They're not boosted. That would probably help. All right. Now let's... Oh yeah, look at that. Literally right away once they're boosted. All right, so we have the rot mutation applied to one of our sugar apples over here. All right, so we are good. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the rest of these. And we can go ahead now and pick up our mandrakes to get them out of the way. And we're good to go with the actual broccoli. So let's go ahead and place our broccoli down. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up by using my main account to grow all. All right, there we go. Here is our broccoli plant. So there's a couple of different broccolis on it. We have 3 broccolis at once, but now we're going to go ahead and get our sprinklers down to get a big broccoli. So let's do our grandmaster, master, godly, advanced, and basic sprinklers. And there we go. We're going to also go ahead and spawn in all of our moon cats here. And we'll spawn in one triceratops to hopefully give us a big broccoli. This guy will smack it, and we should get a big one. And then we can hit grow all again to finish the growth. But yeah, let's go ahead and wait. Let's see if we get a big broccoli to grow in. And hopefully we get a nice one so we can make a lot of good money today with these mutations and the big broccoli that we're about to grow. Because this is pathetic right here, okay? All right, we got some moon cats sleeping. This is a good group right here. Oh, we got some more over here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in this group though of like 3 stacked moon cats, and it's pretty close to the sprinkler still, so that should help it get affected even more. Oh, yeah, there we go. We're getting a big broccoli to grow in. We're just gonna see if we get any other growths. Okay, there's one actually growing right here. It looks to be a gold one, but it doesn't look as big as this one, but we'll look at them whenever they're actually grown in. What the heck, bro? That thing is puny compared to these two. What? Why is this one even trying? All right, Triceratops is coming in. Boom. Oh, there we go. That's way better. What the heck, dude? This thing is huge. Wait, this thing is really long, but what is this one then? This one's just like a little stubby guy. Is he gonna be as big or bigger than that? I guess we'll see. Let's go ahead and just hit the grow all button again and just see what we get here. Oh my gosh, bro. Look at how big these broccolis are. That thing is huge. That one goes way out there. All right, we definitely have our broccoli. That is crazy. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and favorite this one then, just so we don't pick it up. Yeah, this one just needed some motivation because this guy got extremely big. But this one is definitely our biggest one. So we're gonna pick up these two and we are good. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all of our pets here. Let's go ahead and get some mutations on this so we can get it ready to become rainbow. So I'm gonna throw a windstruck spray on that. We'll throw a pollinated on it, a chocolate, and we'll save the rest of our sprays on this account, and then we'll come over here on our main account and we'll spray it with a, let's see here, we'll spray it with a verdant spray and a cloud touch spray. There we go. And now this thing has 5 mutations that can be converted to rainbow. So we're going to go ahead and spawn in our queen bee, our butterfly, and the queen bee will cool down our butterfly and convert this thing to rainbow. We're also going to go ahead and spawn in our golden goose here so we can get a fortune egg ready, and we're also gonna go ahead and spawn in our raiju so we can get the static mutation done. And then with that, we're gonna spawn in a carrot seed. We're gonna bring our main account over here to use one of its shock sprays on the carrot. There we go. And then I'm also going to go ahead and just place a couple more carrots in front of this. So the Raiju will eat this shocked carrot, and then it will slam the static mutation into these carrots. Our AFK setup for the next like 15 or so minutes is ready. It'll probably be about 10 minutes because we're going to boost our queen bee, get the butterfly to cool down, get this rainbow, and then we'll wait to get our fortune egg, and we'll get the static mutation done. So this will get a couple mutations done so we could be ready for the rest of our pets in just a minute here. And I guess while we're at it, since these guys have pretty short cooldowns, I guess we can go ahead and just spawn in our pterodactyl now as well to work on getting tempestuous. Since he has a pretty quick cooldown, we can get these guys done out of the way before this even gets rainbow. So I'll save some time in a couple minutes. So we're good to go. We're gonna go ahead and let this get rainbow, let these guys do their things, and we'll be back in just a minute. All right, real quick, our kitsune is running in to apply the chakra mutation, and it applied it to one of the sugar apples, which is good. We don't want it to get on this broccoli because that's about to go to rainbow. So we have the chakra mutation ready to go, and we'll get that moved over later. And our pets on this account, of course, are still waiting for their cooldowns. Our Raiju will be done in a few minutes. We have to reboost the pterodactyl because the toy was off by a little bit, and then the golden goose we're going to boost in a little bit, and that'll be done as well. All right, our Raiju just ate our shocked carrot and applied static only to our sugar apples, which is surprising. I put all these carrots here for him to just not want them, but that's fine. At least we got it on some sugar apples, so we're good. Our Raiju's done. We're going to reboost our pterodactyl, get tempestuous done, hopefully, and out of the way, and then our golden goose will lay its egg. And that will be some of our, I guess, guaranteed mutations done and out of the way, and then we'll have a little bit less to worry about in a minute when we start with all of these guys down here. I guess I could start adding in some of these other pets as well. I want to do the peach wasp, but that will make our queen bee target that, so I'm going to skip that for now. But I guess we could also spawn in our lemon lion here to get the brain rot mutation done now, since it's only a 5-minute cooldown. But all right, there we go. So we got Twisted and Windstruck on a sugar apple, which means we have tempestuous added into the mix over there. So our pterodactyl is done, and then our golden goose is going to lay its egg next. And you know what? I guess since we have the lemon lion going to get brain rot, hopefully it doesn't add it to our big broccoli. I'm going to go ahead and also get a phoenix in here because the phoenix has about the same cooldown, and these guys will be done before we actually get this to convert to rainbow. Actually, you know what? If we boost the queen bee, I think, yeah. So we'll have rainbow in about 4 minutes, but this will, again, just give us a little bit of a head start with our guaranteed pets and their mutations, so that's fine. All right, so yeah, we'll get flaming done next, and then we'll also get brain rot done next, but our butterfly still has the biggest cooldown, so our queen bee will cool this down and still give us rainbow, so we'll be good. But anyways, our golden goose is going to give us a fortune egg that we can make scrambled eggs out of. I mean, get the fortune mutation out of. Thank you. I'm going to pick you up now and put this golden fortune egg over here because this will be where our Spinos eat. I'm also going to rotate this broccoli plant because it's kind of in the way of where we normally put our platter. So let me do that real quick. I'll go into my main account's garden with it. And then we could go ahead and move our golden fortune egg over here. All right. Well, good-ish timing, I guess. We have a heat wave event going on, and our tanning mirror is placed here, so I guess it won't really matter too much because these broccoli should be able to get sun-dried done out of the way. But this is about to turn into a rainbow broccoli. Now it's paradisal, but thankfully it is still 5 mutations and it didn't just eat one of them, because then we would have almost missed our opportunity there. But we're good. So our queen bee is about to be done with this cooldown. It'll cool down our butterfly and turn this thing into a rainbow. And then also in the mix, our phoenix is almost done with flaming, and that will be applied to probably these carrots. And then our lemon line's about to give us brain rot, so we have some good stuff happening. Hopefully the brain rot doesn't get applied to the broccoli. I mean, if it does, not a big deal, but that would be unfortunate, I guess. But there we go. Queen bee's done, cooling down our butterfly. Butterfly is going to go ahead and convert this to rainbow now, and thankfully we got brain rot onto a sugar apple, so we're good. And our broccoli is now rainbow, so we are good with some of these pets. Let's go ahead and pick up our queen bee, butterfly, lemon lion, and then our phoenix will give us flaming next. All right, so we can go ahead and favorite this broccoli now that it is good to go and get some mutations on it. We can reapply our pollinated to it. We can reapply our chocolate to it. We're gonna go ahead and get our honey sprinkler on to it. Perfect. So now it is honey glazed as well. And let's go ahead and get our main account back over here to apply some mutations directly to it. So we're gonna apply the shocked spray to it. We're going to apply verdant back onto it. We're gonna apply cloud touched, luminous, and glimmering. And now this thing is up to 9 mutations, and we're about to have a lot more with our pets adding mutations and our Spinos moving those mutations over as well. And there we go. Our phoenix is applying the flaming mutation to a bunch of our sugar apples and this carrot. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up this carrot to get that out of the way. So with that, we can go ahead now and get started with the rest of our mutations here. So I'm gonna pick up this phoenix. Let's go ahead and spawn in our cockatrice for the toxic mutation. We're gonna spawn in, we'd already used you. We're gonna spawn in our peach wasp to get the plasma mutation done, our giant badger to get the cracked mutation done. We need our corrupt kitsune so we can get corrupt chakra or foxfire corrupt chakra done. We're going to spawn in some jackalope so we can get sandy done and out of the way. And what else can we spawn in that is guaranteed? We did get some of them out of the way. I guess we can spawn in our grizzly bears because these guys got to give us the fall mutation, and these aren't really guaranteed, but we can get them done. All right, so this is a decent setup here to get some of our mutations done. I'm gonna go through my inventory and make sure I'm not missing anyone. There's just so many pets now that I forget. I guess we'll do kappas after that. Oh, we gotta get our swan done. So you know what? I guess I'll pick up one of these grizzly bears for now and throw the swan in there just because that's guaranteed to get graceful. All right, so the cracked mutation has just been applied to a ton of stuff here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this guy up. Since it's done, bro, you're good. You don't need to keep applying it. You're good. He's gonna keep applying it anyways. But we have a bunch of cracked carrots, a bunch of cracked sugar apples, and a cracked golden egg, so we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up these carrots just to save some time later, since we have cracked on so much stuff now. Yeah, he applied it to 22 fruits, bro. That you're good. We got it, man. We understood. I guess I'll do another grizzly bear. Let's just try to get fall out of the way, and then we can focus on these guys that we have down here. But yeah, let's try to get fall done. And yeah, we have a decent setup here, so we're just gonna wait around and get these mutations done and out of the way. All right, perfect. Our jackalope just applied sandy to this carrot, so we can go ahead and get our jackalopes out of the way. Let's go ahead and move this over here. I guess since our jackalopes are done, let's go ahead and spawn in a spriggan so we can get bloom done, and we'll also spawn in our kappas here to get bloodlet done. And I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in some more carrot seeds just so both the spriggans and the kappas have an easier time to get bloodlet and bloom done. All right, so let's go ahead and reboost that swan to get graceful done. All right, graceful is being applied. It is on the sugar apple over here, so we are good. Thank you to our swan for the graceful mutation, and hopefully we can get fall done now so we can have an extra 2 pet slots. All right, failed. All right, we're gonna have to wait a while for these grizzly bears, I guess. It's so loud, turn it down. All right, but since our swan is done, I guess I'll go ahead and spawn in our first disco bee here to start working on trying to get disco done. And as we get more of these pets done, I'll add more disco bees in, and then we'll do our chicken zombies. And then after that, we should be good to go for our AFK setup. All right, well, this will give us another pet slot here. Our cockatrice is going to apply toxic to some of our fruits now. All right, so we got it on one of the broccolis actually, and one of these carrots here, and I think we got it on a sugar apple, but since it's on that broccoli, we're good. We can go ahead and pick up the cockatrice now. It's an extra pet slot, so I guess with that extra pet slot, I'll throw in another disco bee so we can start working on getting disco done. All right, perfect. Our bear just roared in my ear, and he applied the fall mutation to our golden egg, so that is done. And we also just got a free cooldown from our peach wasp onto our disco bee, so that helps as well. But since these grizzly bears are now done, we have the fall mutation. We can get them out of the way, and we can go ahead and spawn in 2 more disco bees to try and get disco done. And once disco is done, we'll focus on getting zombified done. So that is good. All right, randomly an earthquake just started happening, but it is nighttime. It is that 4-hour mark, so we are good to go. And again, if you want to know when events like this are going to happen, you could join my Discord, discord.gg/bandites, and there's a bot in there. It'll tell you when events are happening and all the good stuff, okay? But anyways, we are getting a nighttime event, so once we get moonlit at least on one thing, then we are good to go. We'll probably get it on multiple, of course, because that's just how it is. You get moonlit on so much. You know, we also have a night staff, a couple of them. So I'm going to throw this over here so we can try to just get it on the broccoli directly. Oh, okay. Well, we got it on a sugar apple, so we are good. We have moonlit done, and that will be another mutation we can add on to our broccoli shortly. I'm going to go ahead and boost our Krupp Kitsune and get that done and out of the way so we can start spawning in some chicken zombies, and then we have some disco bees almost done, so I'm going to boost these guys to hopefully give us disco. Our Spriggan still has quite a while, and our peach wasp still has quite a while, but once those guys are out of the way, again, we'll replace them with some chicken zombies. But we are good. We got moonlit done, and we just have this random earthquake now that is running through everything. Ah, perfect. We got disco done on a sugar apple, so that'll save us some time, and we can get started with the chicken zombies. But there we go. We got Krupp chakra on a sugar apple and a carrot. I'm going to go ahead and just pick up this carrot because we have it on that sugar apple. So let's pick up the Krupp Kitsune. Let's pick up our disco bees here, and let's go ahead and spawn in our chicken zombies now so we can get started with trying to get zombified done. All right, there we got 5 chicken zombies. They have about a 20-minute cooldown, but I'm sure one of them will help us get zombified out of the way. Our peach wasp is finally almost done. Our Spriggan is finally almost done. I will have to reboost him, but I was testing his cooldown out with a toy. And then our Kappa will hopefully apply Bloodlet now. Let's go ahead and just wait a second here to see if our Kappa will give us Bloodlet. If he does, we can go ahead and swap him out for the gnome and try to get gnome done early, and that will give us a slot later so we can work on getting these Spinos to start moving everything over to our broccoli. But let's just quickly see if he'll give us Bloodlet. Hopefully he just wants pancakes really bad and sticks around the spot, but he's moving. Hey, buddy, come back over here. The pancakes need you. We're not done with you over here. Come here. Yeah, come here, buddy.
Nope.
No, bad. Kappa, come here, dude. Come here, dude. What are you doing? No. Kappa, over here, man. All right, he's definitely not gonna give us Bloodlet unless he runs over here. He's just hovering over here. He's being goofy, and nothing happened because he wasn't over here. All right, well, I guess it was worth a shot. But our peach wasp is about to be done with this cooldown and give us plasma finally, so we can swap it out with the gnome, and then I guess the Spriggan we can swap out with like a mimic octopus or something to try and get zombified done a little bit faster. All right, peach wasp, go ahead and give us plasma. Gliding over to a carrot. Which carrot do you like, buddy? This one? Good choice. All right, we got plasma on the carrot. We can go ahead and pick up the peach wasp and throw this over here in the mix. Cool. All right, so that's done. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn another Kappa so we can get Bloodlet done out of the way, and then once the Spriggan's done, we'll throw in the gnome, and then of course we have a while for these chicken zombies. All right, so real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and boost my Spriggan since he's right here. Let's go ahead and get bloom on one of these carrots, or a lot of these carrots, I guess. All right, well, it's on this one with the sandy, so that's fine. And I'm gonna actually just pick up some of these. If they have wet on them, I'm gonna keep them there just so we can have better chance for getting Bloodlet done. So I guess we'll keep some of these with bloom on them. But all right, we are good. We can go ahead and pick up the Spriggan now. I'm gonna boost the Kappa, and actually I guess I can boost both of the Kappas. That one's still needs a while. Bro, as soon as I boost them, they run away. Actually, this is the one we need right here. Mally, come on, give us Bloodlet, please. Buddy, stop running away. Stop running away from your problems. All right, thank you. Oh, hey, stop, bro. All right, stay right there. Give us Bloodlet, please. All right, we got Bloodlet on 3 fruits. Thank you. And there we go. We have Bloodlet done. So the Kappas are good. We can go ahead and pick up these guys here. And I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my gnome now to try and get gnome done a little bit early. And let's go ahead and spawn in a queen bee to help with our chicken zombies and also a mimic octopus. And then with that, once we get zombified done, we'll be officially ready for our AFK setup. Okay, first try, we got gnome applied to a carrot, so that's perfect. The gnome mutation is done. And now our chicken zombies, all of them are about to be done with their cooldown, so let's see if we get zombified done. All right, first one failed. All the other ones have about a minute left, so let's just see if we can get zombified done. But that was very useful that we got that done pretty quick. All right, failed. What about these other guys here? We have 3 more. Come on, zombified. One of you. Failed. All right, 2 more. Katie or Bella, let's go. Let's get zombified done. Failed. All right. And failed. All right. Well, they all failed, but that's fine. What we're going to go ahead and do then is pick up all these. Let's go ahead and pick up everything we have except one chicken zombie. So we'll leave this one here, Shano. And let's go ahead and get ready for our AFK setup then. So we're going to spawn in a Tranquil Scarlet for the Tranquil mutation, Corrupted Scarlet for Corrupt, Space Squirrel for Void Touched, a Griffin for Cyclonic, which can give us Maelstrom or Storm Charged, our Aromatic Spaghetti Sloth, which can give us Meatball Sauce and Pasta to get Spaghetti, and then Aromatic as the shard is on it. And there we go. We have 6 pets done. So we got to go ahead and spawn in our Junk Bot to get oil, and we got to spawn in our Lobster to give us Molten and Meteoric, which can also give us Infernal and Blazing. So there we go. Those are all of our AFK pets set. And what we're going to go ahead and do is just AFK. And once we get at least one of these pets completely done, we'll spawn in a Spino and we'll replace it with the Spinosaurus. And then the more pets we get done will be replaced with more Spinosauruses until we have an army of Spinos. And then everything will get moved over to our broccoli. So we'll check back in a little bit, see what mutations we get done, replace them with Spinos, and then we'll fulfill our AFK grind and have the best broccoli and grow a garden. All right, so I just got back from our first AFK wave, and at some point I disconnected. My internet just died, I guess, while I was AFK. So that is not fun. However, we did get some stuff done. So we do have 2 Cyclonic carrots, which means we can probably get this Tempestuous carrot to try and get Maelstrom and Cyclonic. I don't think you can stack them anymore, but it's worth a shot. If I hit the right order with the Spinos, then maybe. But anyways, with that, we also got a Molten Shocked carrot here. We got a few Molten carrots, actually. So that's nice. So I'm actually going to go ahead and, since we had those Cyclonic carrots, I'm going to go ahead and pick up this Griffin here. And then on our golden egg here, we actually did get zombified, which is nice. So I can go ahead and pick up our chicken zombie as well. And then looking through here, we did get another Cyclonic. Well, we already have 2, right? Yeah. So we have a lot of Cyclonic fruits, but we can go ahead and pick up some of these. Another Molten. This one has Pasta on it, so I will keep this. So Pasta is done. Let me go ahead and check that off my list over here real quick. Let's see if we got anything on the golden, or the, not the golden apples, the sugar apples, which right here I instantly jumped up, and there's oil. So oil is done. Let me go ahead and pick up our junk bot. What is happening? Oh, sudden god event. Wow, I did not expect that. So let's check our other plants here. We did get meatball done, so that is another one we could check off the list. And we got sauce done, so we actually have all these spaghetti mutations. We just need aromatic. So if we do see aromatic in the mix somewhere, then we are done with our spaghetti sloth. Oh, and we got meteoric done. I didn't realize. Okay, so we have meteoric done, so I can go ahead and cross that off as well. So our lobster is actually done with its job. So yeah, I think we still need aromatic, tranquil, corrupt, and void touch, because I do not see void touch as well. So we made some good progress, though. I am going to go ahead and pick up these other carrots here just to get some of these extra mutations out of the way. And now we have a clean palette to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and place some more carrot seeds just to make it easier for my pets, so we can get tranquil, corrupt, aromatic, and void touch possibly. Actually, these guys have pretty much infinite reach, so it shouldn't really matter, but just in case, even if we get some events, it would be nice. So we now have 4 pet slots available to use. So with that, all right, make sure that's favorited, because we're going to go ahead and bring in our 2 Mega Spinosauruses and 1 regular Spinosaurus here to start eating away at all the mutations and moving them over to our broccoli plant. And then we're also going to spawn in our Ascended Mooncat to work on getting that Dawnbound mutation. Now, this guy is literally going to take about 6 hours to get Dawnbound done, but when we boost him, it'll probably be like 5 or 4 hours, but right now it's like 6 p.m. so it's going to be close to midnight when we're done with this, but at least we'll have the progress made, so that'll be good. Now all we're going to do is go ahead and wait for our Spinos to move everything over. We're going to wait to get these last couple of mutations, and then we'll be ready to check the value of our big broccoli. So it's time to go AFK for a little bit longer. I'll see you guys soon. All right, so we went AFK for maybe about like 5 or 6 hours to make sure we got Dawnbound added and we got everything else moved over from our Spinosauruses. And here is our broccoli. This thing is actually insane. Like, it is so big and crazy looking, and it has a lot of mutations on it. So if we actually unfavorite it here, we can see all of the mutations added to our broccoli. We actually have a total of 39 mutations, and then if we separate some of these, like spaghetti would be up to about 41 mutations. Ceramic would bring us to about 43 mutations. Abyssal, 44 mutations. Harmonized Chakra, 45. Gloom, 46. Paradisal, 47. Storm Charged would bring us to about 49. And Infernal, I believe, would bring us to about 51 mutations on this broccoli. So this thing is actually insane. It's huge, has a lot of mutations on it, so I think it's got to be worth some good money. So first, we're going to check with the magnifying glass to see how much this thing is actually worth, and then we're going to spawn in our raptors to see if we can amber on it and see if that boosts the price at all. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pull out our magnifying glass and see how much our broccoli is worth in 3, 2, 1. All right, so this broccoli with all of these mutations and at this size is worth 2.2 trillion, which is pretty good for this being like the first fruit that you can buy in the friendship tier of the shop. So honestly, not bad. And this thing grew pretty big, pretty fast. Like it didn't really take much effort to get this thing this big. However, it did take a lot of effort for the mutations, but overall 2.2 trillion is pretty good for this piece of broccoli. So let's go ahead now and spawn in our raptors to see if we can get amber. And if we can, that might actually boost our mutations up a little bit. So let's spawn in all of our raptors here and they're all boosted. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pick it up and see if we get amber. And wow, look at that. We actually got amber the first time in a while. Like, look at how crazy this thing is, dude. I don't even see it anymore. It's just flashing lights. It's so crazy and insane. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my main account and let's see how much amber actually bumped up the price of this thing. So give me a second to bring my main in here. All right, so all we're going to do to check the updated value is give a trading ticket to my main account here. And we're going to just put it in the trade menu and see how big this thing is. Okay, so it's actually not going to show me what the full value is. Surprisingly, it went down and it only shows 1.9 trillion. And I believe if we actually bring this thing over to Steven here and we see how much it's worth, it's only going to cap at 1 trillion. Oh no, actually it shows 1.9 trillion. So for whatever reason, getting the amber mutation actually made this thing go down in value, I guess, or the size for some reason got affected and it's actually not as big as it's supposed to be. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know why it went down in price. It should go up, but I guess we do have another mutation added on to this piece of broccoli. So that's that. All right, so I guess first things first is we are going to go ahead and spawn in some triceratopses here to smack this thing and to grow it pretty good. And then we'll do our sprinklers because people are saying, Bandites, do the sprinklers after the plant's actually grown. That way you can get all the cool stuff on it. So, and it seems to work. So I'm going to go ahead and believe you guys and do that. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my golden goose here just so we can get a golden egg prepared so we can get that fortune mutation ready in just a little bit. And let's go ahead and start watering this cyclamen. I have 400 watering cans, so this should definitely help. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in 2 advanced sprinklers just to make this grow a little bit faster since that helps with growth speed. And then we're going to slowly watering can it because you guys were like, Bandites, don't spam the watering cans. You guys have actually been very helpful, okay? I love you guys. Thank you for your help. You have told me a lot about this game, and I mean, there's just so much to remember. I know you guys are like, get this mutation, do this, do this. There's so many different strategies and so many different things. I am one person with one tiny little old man brain. I'll be 25 this year. My brain is slowing down already. I'm probably gonna die. There's so much grow a garden content in my head that I don't know what to do, man. There's just so much to think about. Let's go ahead and get these moon cats out here. There we go. That's 7 moon cats. And then we're going to go ahead and put our sprinklers down now. So we're going to do a grand master on it. We're going to do a master, a godly. We're going to do another advanced and a basic. And that should give us some big cyclamens. Okay. And now we just got to wait for our moon cats to sleep all around our cyclamen. And then we will have our triceratops hit it. And then we should be in business with a big cyclamen that will actually be towering and beautiful and gorgeous and it'll look like me. Beautiful, gorgeous, towering. All right, we got some of these moon cats on it. That's good. Can I travel this over here? Yeah, that's 3 moon cats on it right there. That's pretty good. There we go. Moon cat wave is done. Let's go ahead and pick up one of these guys that didn't even help, like you. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in a queen bee here because we're gonna get the queen bee started since she does have a pretty long cooldown of like 16, 17, 18 minutes there. Yeah, because there's so many pets now. Like the whole thing of these videos for me now is just to save as much time as I can with getting all the mutations because it used to be I only sat here for an hour. Now I sit here for like 4 hours trying to get all these mutations done. This game has so much in it now that it's just like my head hurts and it takes me a long time to record these, so I try to save a little bit of time just so I save a little bit of sanity. Oh, okay, these are pretty big. Yeah, are these fully grown? I don't think they are. I still can't pick them up, but these are definitely a lot bigger than the last ones. Okay, well, I think we're good there then. Let's go ahead and I guess pick up all these guys. All right, and then we'll go ahead and spawn in our golden goose again to start on that that fortune egg that we need. Where's my goose? Where's my little goose guy? There he is. All right, that should be good. And then I'm gonna use my main account to finish growing this, so I'm just gonna skip the rest of the growth time since these I'm just trying to save a little bit more time. Okay, all right, now they should be fully grown in. There we go. I'm gonna pick up these other ones. There we go. Now we only have 1 cyclamen here. I thought this was 2, but it's 1 just giant one. All right, so we're good there. We're good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and travel this and just spin it around this way so our kitsune over there, my main account, has less trouble. Let's go ahead and get that butterfly spawned in because my queen bee is already going and we have about 14 minutes left, but that will save a little bit of time in the long haul for that butterfly. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some sprays on this. Let's go ahead and do a pollinated spray, shocked spray. Guess I'll do chocolate. I'll save that fried. And then on my main account, I'll add some as well. I'll go ahead and add a cloud touch and windstruck since I have extras of those. those. All right, that should be good. That should be 5 mutations on it. Yep, there we go. We have 5 mutations on our Cyclamen. It is good to go. And then over here on my main account, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my Kitsune. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Kitsune is spawned in, and then we'll spawn in a queen bee to save that Kitsune a little bit of time. And that way we can get the chakra mutation applied to this Cyclamen as soon... Sorry, I keep saying Cyclamen. To the Cyclamen as soon as it's rainbow. Now we just got to wait for all these cooldowns. And yeah, so I'm going to go wait for these things to happen, and I'll be back in just a minute. All right, so we have some magic about to happen. The queen bee is going to cool down our butterfly. The butterfly is going to take our mutations on our Cyclamen here and convert it to rainbow, and then our golden goose is going to lay an egg, and we'll have a fortune egg ready so we can get that moved over to our Cyclamen in a little bit. Here we go. Queen bee is doing her thing. Butterfly is doing its thing, and there we go. Our Cyclamen is now a rainbow Cyclamen, so we can go ahead and favorite this so we don't touch that, and we can pick up our butterfly, we can pick up our queen bee, and then our golden goose is going to go ahead and lay an egg here for us. There we go. We now have a fortune egg, so we can go ahead and pick up our golden goose as well, and then we're going to trial this over here just so it'll give us a better chance of our Kitsune over here focusing on this Cyclamen only. All right, so let's go ahead and reapply some sprays here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put chocolate back onto it. I'm gonna put shocked onto it, pollinated. I guess we'll do fried, even though it may or may not really matter if we do fried, if we get ceramic, but I'm gonna add that anyways, just in case. And then on my main account over here, I'm going to apply burnt, verdant, and cloud touched. So there we go. I don't have any bloom sprays, but this brings us up to 8 mutations. We're missing like 2 of them that we normally apply. Oh, honey glazed. I was like, what am I missing? All right, so let me go ahead and use a honey sprinkler. But yeah, we ran out of bloom sprays. I'll have to get some more of those before the event ends. But we have about like another week to grind those, so I'll do that. So those are all those done. We will now get chakra in just a second. And now it's time to focus on some of our pets. So I guess since we didn't get bloom, and we usually have that done, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in a Spriggan here. Now this guy does take 22 minutes, but he does have a 15% chance to go to bloom mutation as long as he's near this. So we'll boost him whenever it gets closer. And since he takes a long time, we are going to get him in there. And we are going to get our lobsters in here since they take a while, and we need to try to get molten and meteoric done. So I guess I'll spawn in the jackalope since they're pretty quick, and I'll spawn in 3 of these guys just so we can get them done and out of the way, and then I'll get 2 disco bees started here. All right, I'm going to boost these jackalopes just to help with their cooldowns being a little bit faster so we can get this done quicker, and then that way they're also boosted for a better chance. Jackalope, Sandy. Okay, first one failed. Sandy failed. What about you? Failed. Okay. Wow, they all failed in their first round. Come on. We got to get you guys done and out of the way. We got more pets. Come on. All right. Here comes our Kitsune. He is targeting, hopefully, the Cyclamen. No, he's straight lining the fortune egg. I wish he'd go for the Cyclamen, like the one that we wanted on, but we'll just have to have our Spinos do a little bit more later. That's fine. At least we have chakra somewhere, so our golden egg now has chakra. Now, can we get Sandy? Can you guys get Sandy, but not on the egg? I mean, if you do, at least it's done, but I'd rather it be on the actual plant that we want it on. Give us the Sandy mutation, please. Failed? What about you guys? Come on. Hurry up. We don't have time for you guys to fail. That's another fail. That's another... Bro, why are you guys failing so much? Isn't this thing beautiful? Don't you want to get your sand all over it? All right, we just missed it, but we did get Sandy on our golden egg, which worked. We'll use the Spinosaurus to move all these mutations over. Bro, why? We're not doing the golden egg again. We already did that. Why are you guys all applying to this? Anyways, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up our jackalopes now, get them out of the way. Our disco bees are almost done with their cooldown, so hopefully we get disco done and out of the way and actually on the Cyclamen directly, so the Spinos have less work to do. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and spawn in our giant bean lemon lion now. Now, I did give him the giant bean mutation because he looks cool with it, but also I thought there was a giant bean mutation, but I guess that hasn't been added in yet. It was on the wiki, but I guess people had it wrong. Yeah, we only have this guy who's really hungry now, but every 5 minutes he roars and applies the brain rot mutation, so that's a pretty quick cooldown, so we can get him done and out of the way. We're gonna also spawn in a peach wasp. The peach wasp actually can give us the new plasma mutation. Well, not new, it's been in the game, but it can give us the plasma mutation and also advance other pets' cooldowns. This one also might be a guaranteed pet because it says flies to nearby fruit and plasmifies it, but it doesn't say there's a % chance for it to happen. So we should be able to get plasma done, and then we're also going to spawn in our mandrake. Now, I don't know, is this guy guaranteed? No, he has a 3% chance, literally the tiniest % chance ever to apply the rot mutation. And his cooldown, how long is his cooldown? He doesn't even have a cooldown, it looks like. He just has a 3% chance to do it. Oh, harvesting mandrake crops have a 4% chance to apply rot mutation to a random fruit. Okay, so I don't even need to use this guy yet. Also, we just got disco done, but again, on the golden egg. These guys really love their golden egg. But anyways, yeah, the mandrake, we can't use them yet. We have to wait until later. This guy, we might not even be able to use for a long time in our videos, depending on how many mandrake plants we actually get. But anyways, yeah, we'll have to get some more seeds, I guess, of the mandrakes. I had some on my main account, but yeah, okay, so this guy might be useless. I don't know. But we're gonna pick him up for now then. And the disco bees are done, so let's get them out of the way. And wow, there's so many things on this golden egg that the Spinosaurus will have to move over, but I guess that's fine. Let's go ahead and see if we add anything else to the golden egg. I'm gonna go ahead and boost these guys and see if we get molten done. I think we probably want to start with the spaghetti slot so we can get aromatic done and his 3 mutations to get the spaghetti mutation completely done. And we're gonna work on the pterodactyl. Let's do this H16 one, and then we'll work on the corrupt kitsune so we can get corrupt chakra and tempestuous done. And we're gonna place some carrots shortly for these guys to get their mutations on. Hey, brain rot guy, come here. Give me brain rot. Okay, he gave us brain rot on the golden egg, of course. He was pretty close to it, but I guess that's fine. You know, we'll have our Spinos do some more work, man. That's fine. Make it hard on them. I guess we'll get the junk bot going because he's kind of like an odd man out. We only have one of them, and he takes forever to get oil. So let's go ahead and just get him in there. All right, our Spriggan is about ready, so I'm going to attempt to move this thing next to him, and hopefully we get bloom done. I really miss having the bloom sprays, dude. The more sprays we have, the less time-consuming this is because there's so many pets to go through, and they all take forever with their own cooldown. So yeah, I wish we still had more bloom sprays. I will grind some more out though before the event ends, so we might have to use the Spriggan again for a while. I mean, nothing against you, man. You look like Groot and everything, but like, I don't know. I just like to save some time. Give me that bloom mutation, my man. Come on.
Nope.
Yeah, we didn't get it. Okay, well, that was cool. That looked cool. That's not the bloom mutation, so continue on then. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and give some toys to my lobsters here to see if they'll help us out with anything. Okay, failed, 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 and failed. So they didn't help us with anything. So now I'm just gonna go cry myself to sleep. Spaghetti sloth, he just loves his carrots, dude. I don't know why. Like, there's a golden egg here with all these mutations, and then there's this Cyclamen that needs to be mutated, but this dude's like, oh, you got carrots in your garden? I love carrots. Bruh. He'd just be running over here to give us carrot mutations. Every time, dude, without fail, I could have a bone blossom, and this dude would be like, oh, you know what? That carrot looks yummy. Anyways, at least he gave us meatball, so that'll be another mutation to move over. We got to get pasta and sauce done, and then we also got to get his aromatic pet mutation shard to get moved on to something. Hopefully anything, because that one usually takes a while. So, pterodactyl, corrupt kitsune, and junkbot are almost done. I assume the junkbot will fail me and make me very, very sad like he always does. But junkbot, listen here, buddy. I always be making you deals nowadays, and this time, if you give me the oil mutation, I will do an oil change for you. I will get you some new clean oil. You know, you could be a really good junkbot. You know what I'm saying? All right, never mind. I hate you too. I don't know why my pets just don't ever like me, dude. It makes me really sad. Like, you see the tears coming out of my face? Look at that. Corrupt kitsune, hey, buddy. Give me corrupt chakra. Don't fail. Don't fail like 20 times like everybody else. Just do it on your first go. Maybe even just do it directly to the Cyclamen, because our Spinos have so much work already. I think they would appreciate it if you could just do it to that. Okay, you're not. Okay, well, we got it on some carrots. That's good. Wait, you did get it on the Cyclamen. Bro, I love you. Come here. I just picked up the meatball carrot, bro. I picked up the meatball carrot. What am I doing? All right, well, that's fine. You know, honestly, I don't even care. I need this guy to just do it on our Cyclamen anyways. He's going to probably apply meatball like 20 times over. That's what he does. Anyways, pterodactyl, come here, buddy. I need you to give us tempestuous. Why is there silver? I don't want silver right now. Tempestuous, please. And if you want, do it directly on the Cyclamen like the corrupt kitsune did. Make me very happy. Or not. But we got it on 2 carrots, so that works. Thanks, buddy. What's next? Peach Wasp is about to sting one of my other pets, which will speed stuff up. I'm gonna give him a toy though, because he's almost ready with plasma. He's just kind of gliding around. I don't know what he's doing, bro. Oh wait, that made both of his things ready. All right, plasma. Oh, let's go. He got plasma directly on the Cyclamen. That actually helps us a lot. So, I'm going to go ahead and pick up this Peach Wasp. Maybe I'll spawn in 2 of my Spinos because they got to make a dent in this golden egg. It's going to take a while, so I might as well let them get started and start moving these mutations over. Oh, actually, let's do the gnome. He's kind of like an odd man out. He's by himself, and he literally has a 1% chance to mutate a random fruit with gnome. This guy, I have better luck going outside and finding $1 million than this guy giving me gnome. But he looks like Cletus, so I'll give him some love. All right, our lobsters are about to attempt to apply meteoric again. I believe this is meteoric. All right, come on. Let's do it. Okay, that was molten actually, but we did get molten. All right, cool. So we do have molten on this Cyclamen here, so I'll let that grow for a second. And our spaghetti sloth is going back for the carrots, dude. This guy loves his carrots. All right, we got pasta. Oh, hey, It's time for a heat wave, actually. Hey, that's nice. Now we can get Paradisal done, and that actually will probably, once we get this stuff moved over, that'll give us ceramic done pretty much instantly, because I'll move wet over and stuff. But yeah, I'm excited for these Spinos to move these mutations over. We have a lot of them. Oh, we got oil done too. Yo, Junkbot. Hey, good job, man. We still have to go through the Tranquil Scarlet and the Corrupt Scarlet, so I might as well get... Usually the Corrupt one seems to get done faster. I don't know why. Maybe it's a slightly higher chance. So I'll do Corrupt. All right, well, since the gnome is a 1% chance, I think I'm just going to AFK him later on in the video. I actually decided I'm going to replace the gnome for now with the Griffin. I forgot we need to get this guy done because he can give us the Cyclonic mutation. He has a 10% chance, which is better than the gnome's 1% chance, obviously. So we're going to try to get this guy done and out of the way. I'm also going to give him a treat to boost his leveling a little bit. And yeah, he's only level 2, so he's a low guy. All right, so our Spinos are going to eat up now and eat some mutation. So it looks like they might have just ate oil. And then this one, they're eating tempestuous. And they ate wet, and then they're gonna eat one from this one. So we got molten, wet, tempestuous, and disco moved over to our cyclamen. Now this guy's going. That should be oil on that one. And then he's gonna eat pasta. So now we can get rid of these carrots, and then he's gonna eat one from that. So now we have oil, pasta, brain rot added over to our cyclamen, and then we just need to get fortune, sandy, and chakra moved over. But that actually makes it look like we made some progress now, because now we have 2 rows of mutations. All right, lobster, meteoric, failed. Other lobster, meteoric, failed. And then we got molten again on one of the cyclamen. So that's great, but I didn't want that. I did want meteoric. All right, so we had wet and windstruck reapplied, but the main thing we needed there was chakra. So now all we need to get moved over is fortune from that golden egg. And just a second ago, my other Spinosaurus, when I was AFK, actually did move sandy over. And it looks like, did we get ceramic? There it is. There's ceramic. All right, so that took away our burnt and fried, but we do have ceramic, which is a better mutation anyways. So there we go. And it looks like our spaghetti sloth also applied sauce to something. So we just have to get sauce and meatballs moved over now. And we still have to get aromatic from him. All right, so I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is prepare for the ultimate AFK setup so I can try to get all of the mutations that I need while I'm AFK from some of these pests that take forever. So we're gonna try to get meteoric out of the way from these lobsters since they're almost done again with their cooldowns. We're gonna boost them. Hopefully we get that done. Let's go ahead and take a look. I know we're done with most of our pets, but we still have a few. So I'm gonna let our lobsters here attempt to give us meteoric real quick. So let's go ahead and boost them with some toys. Okay, they both failed, so that doesn't help. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick these guys up just for now, and I'm gonna spawn them back in just a second. And same with the Spinosaurus. I'm gonna get some of these other pets done and out of the way. So I'm gonna boost the Spriggan actually, and see if we'll get Bloom done. Oh, there we go. We actually got Bloom on 2 things, on the egg and on this. So Spriggan actually just came in clutch for us. We're going to leave the spaghetti sloth here. And then let's get some other pets done, and then we'll set up for the ultimate AFK setup. So I can just go AFK and wait for everything to kind of happen. So we're going to go ahead and spawn in a bunch of chicken zombies. We're going to also spawn in our Raiju. And I'm going to go ahead and place a carrot seed down for the Raiju. And then we're just going to leave our spaghetti sloth here to do its thing. I'm going to try to get aromatic done. And we do have sauce. So all we need is meatballs and aromatic. So let's see if we can get either of those real quick. Okay, aromatic still failed, so we're gonna have to keep him around for a little bit longer, but let's see if we get meatballs done. So I'm gonna go ahead and get zombified done and static, and once those are done, we will then go back and spawn in those pets that were taking forever, and we'll spawn in some Spinos to move everything else over from the golden egg and from our other cyclamens. Sorry, from our other cyclamens. So we're gonna go ahead and wait for our Raiju here to eat carrot and apply static to cyclamen. All right, our Raiju is going to eat this shocked carrot and apply static, hopefully directly to this cyclamen, so it's easier for our Spinos in just a little bit. But here he goes, eats, shooting, and we got our nighttime event to start. And yes, there we go. We have static on the cyclamen. However, it did apply to like every other cyclamen we have. So I'm going to try to pick up some of these just to make it easier for our Spinos, the ones that just only have static on them. So that is another mutation done, and we are good to go with that. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up this Raiju here, and we're just going to wait for, well, there we go. We got Moonlit from the nighttime event. So that's Moonlit done. And we'll probably honestly get it directly applied to this, but if not, again, we have our Spinos to help us with that. All right, Spaghetti Sloth just gave gave us meatball, which is perfect. We now have meatball on this one. We have sauce on this one. And then we need to use our Spinosaurus to move over this sauce, this moonlit, and this meatball, and this bloom. Now, they're going to take a while because they eat, like, everything. But, yeah. Oh, and we also just got another heat wave event, which is nice. So they're going to have to move over that sun-dried as well, even though we don't need it. In the meantime, though, we're going to go ahead, before we set up for our AFK grind, I'm going to go ahead and give some boosts to my chicken zombies to hopefully give us zombified. Oh, and there we go. The first one literally just... 2 of them just gave us zombified. We got 1 on that one and 1 on that one. I'll see, I guess, if the other ones apply it directly to our main Cyclamen. All right, so now that we got those guys out of the way, it is time... Excuse me. Ow, that went through my nose. All right. Anyways, it is time to set up for our AFK grind and get the rest of these pets that we need. So we're definitely going to spawn in our Tranquil Scarlet Macaw so we can get Tranquil done. We're going to spawn in our Corrupt Scarlet Macaw so we can try and get Corrupt done. We're going to go ahead and spawn in a Gnome so we can try to get that 1% mutation to get applied to something. This guy's pretty puny and useless, but hey, he's cool. And then we're going to go ahead and try to get that Griffin to give us the Cyclonic mutation so that way we get Cyclonic. And then we're going to spawn in 2 of our Spinos again because these guys have a lot of work to move mutations over to our main favorited Cyclamen here. All right, and then what else do we need? I think we got... Did we ever get... Oh, no, we never got Meteoric done. So we're going to need to get those lobsters back in here for sure. Oh, wait, we can only do 1 right now. Hold on. As soon as we get aromatic, we can get rid of this spaghetti sloth. Like, he's good. So do you want to give us aromatic real quick so we can do that?
Nope.
Never mind. All right, we'll wait. Let's go ahead and add another lobster in a little bit. Actually, no, I'm going to go ahead and just get the lobster in, and then we can add another Spino in a little bit. That way we have better chance for Meteoric, since that one is a difficult one to get. And I think that's pretty much it. So these guys will be AFK. These guys, I have to harvest stuff, so I'll do that at the very end. So I'll be back, and I'll see you guys in a few hours, and we'll be back and hopefully have all of those mutations done. I'm going to write those down as well, so I remember what we need, because that's a lot. All right, so I have been AFKing on and off pretty much all day. I think the last time I actually sat down when I was recording was like 5 hours ago, and I've just been letting all the mutations add up, which we pretty much have gotten everything but the gnome mutation. Now, I didn't realize this when I read it earlier. I don't know why it passed my slow, puny brain, but I just realized that this says gains an additional 1% chance for every gnome cosmetic in your garden. So I think if you literally have like 100 gnomes, that guy will be a guaranteed gnome mutation. So whenever the gnome merchant was here earlier, I should have been buying gnomes. I didn't realize that, but I plan to stack up on as many gnomes as possible whenever the next merchant shows up, and I'm just going to place them on the edge of my garden so this guy can always give us that gnome mutation. But anyways, besides that though, with the 1% chance he has, within 5 hours, we did not get that gnome mutation done. However, we did have a eclipse event, so we got that added on. We had Meteoric moved over from our Spinosauruses along with the spaghetti ingredients. We had Maelstrom, which is actually the cyclonic mutation from the new Griffin bird, mixed with Tempestuous is what people are saying it is. Everyone's still trying to figure it out because Tempestuous was gone and cyclonic, we got it, but it never was like added directly onto the Cyclamen plant. But I think it's because once the Griffin adds that, if you have Tempestuous, it mixes it into Maelstrom. And then we did get Aromatic finally added on and moved over. We got Windstruck, which is an extra mutation since we got the Maelstrom. And then we did get Brain Rot moved over. We got Corrupt and Tranquil finally done. We got Fortune moved over, and we got Plasma moved over and everything else, and Bloom. So this thing has a ton of mutations on it. It is looking good, but we're going to finish off by trying to get the new Rotten mutation, or the new Rot mutation from these Mandrakes, and hopefully harvesting some of these will help us enough to get the Mandrake or the Rot mutation applied to this, or even one of these sugar apples, and we can use this Spinosaurus to move it over. So let me view this real quick. So there's a 4% chance. Let's go ahead and pick these up. See if we get Mandrake. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I guess plant a couple more Mandrake. So the thing about this mutation is this is kind of useless if you don't have Mandrake plants. So that's the only problem with this, is like eventually we're gonna run out of these because they probably won't have Mandrake plants anymore unless they move it to the seed shop. So these pets will become useless. So I'm assuming they're gonna move these to the seed shop. If they don't, then these will literally be useless. But anyways, go ahead and try to pick up some more. Okay, still nothing. I don't know how many to plant. I only have 23 more, so we'll try a couple more here and see if we get it. And there we go. We got it on a sugar apple. That's perfect, actually. So that is done. We're next going to spawn in our apple guy here. Where is he at? Our apple gazelle. And this guy can possibly give us the warp mutation when we harvest sugar apples. So we're going to try it. We're going to try to harvest some here and see if we get that mutation. So I'm going to go and pick up these sugar apples without picking up that rot one. Okay, that didn't really do anything. Let's go ahead and bring my mannequin in here so we can grow this back and then try to get that mutation done. And in the meantime, since we're done with the mandrakes, I'm going to go ahead and pick these guys up. We're going to get our Spinos back in here to get this stuff moved over. All right, still nothing. We're going to try it at least one more time. And if we don't get anything, I'm at least going to AFK so this guy levels up and gets a better % chance to get this mutation in the future, because this is a difficult one to get. All right, we did not get it. All right, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to wait to try to get this one in the future. He's only age 3, but he has a lot of time. We can try and get him to level up. I guess I'll leave this guy here and let the apples grow one more time, just so whenever we get back, he might have a little bit of a higher chance. And then we're going to finish off by getting that rot mutation moved over. And then hopefully we can maybe get the apple gazelle's mutation moved over, that warp mutation. So we'll see. All right, so I actually was picking up some sugar apples here, and I ended up getting the warped mutation on this sugar apple. And we're still waiting for our Spinos to move that rot over, bro. I don't know what they're doing, but look at this warp mutation. That thing looks sick. All right, it took even longer for our Spinosaurus to move over the rot mutation and the warp mutation. I don't know why it took so long, dude. I have been literally recording this for nearly 10 hours. I mean, again, it's been off and on with the AFKing, but bro, this one took forever. This one literally took forever. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and reclaim this sugar apple tree so we can make sure we have a clean palette for the next video. But we're going to go ahead and check this out. So our Cyclamen plant here has all of these mutations on it, dude. Like, there are so many mutations. So I want to point out that first off, Maelstrom is the new cyclonic mutation mixed with tempestuous. Also, I can't seem to find the color of the cyclonic mutation because I was AFK when this happened and it just instantly went to Maelstrom. So if you guys know what the color is, let me know because I gotta add that to the thumbnail. Okay, next up we have the warped mutation on here. Oh, look at that, it's a nighttime event. We also have gloom. Now the gloom mutation is when you get rot with the bloom mutation. Those combine and make gloom for a better multiplier chance. We have the brain rot mutation on here, and we also have plasma from the new pet. So like, we have so many new mutations, a lot of them just mixed together. But let's count. We have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 5 26 27 28 29 mutations. But if we split up some of these like spaghetti, we'd be at about 31 mutations. Maelstrom would bring us at about, honestly, I think that's 2 more mutations because we got Windstruck back, so that would bring us to about like 33 mutations. Gloom, we'd be at about 34 mutations. Harmonized Chakra would bring us to about 35 mutations. So this Cyclamen literally has the most mutations that we've ever gotten so far on one of these plants in a video. And if we got the gnomed mutation, I think we would have had a second row here, or at least 2 more mutations, like if we got gnomed and bloodlet, or like Aurora and acidic. So we did get some of the events, just not the mutations from them. But if we did get some of those, oh, we also had a celestial event. If we got that, we definitely would have had 3 rows of mutations, which might have been never done before. Anyways, enough blabbering. We're gonna go ahead and pick this thing up and check the value with Steven. I wish we would have gotten that gnome mutation, but there's still a chance for amber. So let's see if we get amber. Nope. Okay, we did not get amber, so I guess there goes our chance for amber. But anyways, this thing is so big with so many mutations, it just looks like this now. It is broken, just like my heart. Anyways, let's go ahead and check the value of this. Oh, there we go. Look at all this. Look at all this, dude. It's crazy. Let's go ahead and check the value of this huge Cyclamen plant with all of these mutations and see what the ultimate value of this is going to be. So Steven, what are we looking at today? This thing is worth 398 billion. Man, I thought this was going to be more. I don't know if I'm happy about that. I thought we'd be closer to 1 trillion, but I honestly think some of the multipliers have been nerfed a little bit, at least with the huge plants. I think some of the huge plants, they don't give you as much money because people were getting plants that were worth like quadrillions, which is insane. I mean, 400 billion, I can't complain. That is not bad at all. Just about 400 billion at least. But for me spending this much time, we have had other plants on this game that we've gotten a lot more money on. And this was a pretty big Cyclamen with a lot of mutations. I think it should have been more, but again, the base value might have been lower than what I was thinking. I didn't actually even check the base value, but yeah, I've done a lot of work on this video, man. I am exhausted, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like on the video, comment down below if you think this is worth it with all these mutations, and also make sure to subscribe for bonus points. I'll see you guys in the next one. Anyways, we'll be starting with the burning bud seed today, so I'm gonna go ahead and of course get my sprinklers ready, and hopefully we can get this thing looking pretty good without any of the admin help today. So let's go ahead and put all of our sprinklers down as we normally do here. And with those in, we're going to put the burning bud seed down and go ahead and spawn our mooncats in. All right, so our army of mooncats are ready, and now we just got to water and can this thing to make sure it grows to its full size, and hopefully we can get a pretty big bud on it. Oh, here it comes. All right, 81%. We're getting there. We're so close. All right. The burning bud is now grown in. Look at this thing. So it should sprout a big flower at the top, but we'll just have to wait for our mooncats to make some progress to start growing that flower at the top. All right, we have sign of life of our burning bud growing in. I don't know what the size is going to be, and I don't know what the biggest size is for these things. Let's go ahead and bring over our main account to purchase the grow all, and let's see what kind of bud we get at the top of this. All right, it's in. Oh my gosh. That is pretty big. I think we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and let's pick up these mooncats right away and get our queen bee ready. And then we're also going to spawn in a butterfly. So that way the queen bee can cool the butterfly down so we get rainbow on this thing. You guys know the deal by now. We're going to get our spray mutation. So I'm going to put pollinated on this. Shock, chocolate. Let's get honey glazed. And then my main account is going to apply the sprayed mutation. So that way we now have 5 mutations on this thing. So the butterfly can turn it into rainbow. And then we'll get all those mutations back on it and then start collecting all of the event mutations, which there are some new events in the game. There is now a sandstorm that can give you the sandy mutation. And apparently there's some secret new events or weathers in the game as well. But I don't know exactly what those are. I'm assuming they might just be the admin ones, like the meteoric and the volcano and black hole, and maybe they're actually just in the game now. I don't really know. But anyways, I'm gonna wait for this thing to get rainbow, and then we're gonna continue and get some mutations on it and get this thing looking expensive. Bro, help! The raccoon is bullying me. He just slammed my head with the burning bud. All right, so after that raccoon slammed me in the head with the burning bud, it's time for the queen bee to cool down our butterfly. So let's see that happen. All right, now the butterfly will apply rainbow to our burning bud. And while it does that, I'm going to get my spray mutations ready. There we go. We now have a rainbow burning bud. So we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and put pollinated back onto this thing. Chocolate. Shocked. Let's get that honey sprinkler back onto it so we can get honey glazed again. And then the main account is going to apply chill to it, and it's going to apply the new amber mutation spray to it. And there we go. So now we have rainbow, shocked, chocolate, amber, honey glazed, pollinated, and chilled. The amber makes a big frozen box, just like the frozen effect does. It looks like we have like dusty clouds above us now. And we didn't actually have the burnt spray. You can no longer get the burnt spray. There's no event shop for that anymore at the moment, but we have quite a bit of mutations. So we're gonna go ahead and stack up on our pets now. So we're gonna spawn in some disco bees to hopefully get the disco mutation. Of course, we got our chicken zombies as well. We're gonna spawn in a sea turtle in hopes to get this thing wet, so we'll turn frozen. We're also going to spawn in a hyacinth and a scarlet. And then finally, we will spawn in a cooked owl so we can hopefully get this thing burnt. So now we're maxed out on all 8 pets. And so once one of these pets gets a mutation done, we'll replace it with one of the other pets so they have more in their army. And eventually we should get all of the pet mutations applied to this burning bud. Oh, our scarlet just applied verdant to our burning bud, which means if we do get a heat wave, we can get this to paradisal, and then we can add sun-dried on there. But all right, we have verdant done, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace this scarlet with, I guess, another sea turtle just so we can get this thing wet. Oh, and just like that, our sea turtle actually applied wet, so now this thing is frozen. And mixing with the amber, this thing is like spazzing out and hurting my eyes, but at least we have it frozen and amber now. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up both sea turtles we have, and now we can focus on our other pets. So I guess I will add in another hyacinth to hopefully get this thing cloud touch, because I don't have the cloud touch spray. And we will add in another cooked owl to hopefully get this thing cooked or burnt. But overall, this is starting to take shape. Yo, the sandstorm is here. We have a chance to get sandy mutation. All right, get the sprinklers ready. I know it doesn't make sense, but sprinklers give us a higher chance for this. If we get sandy and somehow mix wet on it, which I don't know if we can get wet at this point since we already have it frozen. But if we were to get sandy and mix that with wet, we could get clay. And then if we mix clay with sun-dry, we can get ceramic, which is a pretty good boost in value. However, I don't know if we can get wet anymore, so at least we can just try to get sandy. And it's over. The sandstorm is over. We didn't get sandy. Oh, we have a windy event happening, so we can hopefully get windstruck. We're going to apply some more sprinklers to hopefully increase our chances for windstruck. And instantly, we just got windstruck. Oh, let's go. The disco bee applied disco to our burning bud. We finally got that one done. So So we can go ahead and pick up our disco bees now. And I guess we'll increase the cooked owls and the chicken zombies by 1, just since those are a little bit more difficult to get their mutation since they're more rare. All right, our hyacinth finally just applied cloud touch to our burning bud, so that's another mutation down. We can go ahead and pick up these guys and add in another chicken zombie to the mix and another few cooked owls. And let's see. Oh, and our cooked owl just applied burnt to our burning bud as well. So now we also have a chance to get that to ceramic if we want to change that later. We're good. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up these cooked owls then, since we're good there. And we're going to leave our 5 chicken zombies that we have. Here's the other one. I was missing one. Okay. And now we have 5 chicken zombies. We're going to go ahead and put down a couple of these peacocks. So that way they can give these chicken zombies a little bit faster cooldowns. I would use the queen bees, but the problem with the queen bees is that usually one queen bee will cool down and then it will cool down the other queen bee, and then you don't really get any progress to your chicken zombies. We're going to use the peacocks instead to just kind of give a little bit of a faster cooldown every couple minutes. And with 3 of them, that should give a 3-minute shorter cooldown for these chicken zombies. So that'll be a little bit of a different play for it right now. And I am going to go get some Chipotle and AFK for like 40 minutes, and hopefully something happens. All right, so I just got back home. Let's see if we got any mutations. You guys would know, but I don't know at the moment. Did we get anything new? All right, let's check. No. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and pick up these peacocks, and I am just going to try the queen bees, and hopefully they don't cool each other down. Okay, so I was sitting here eating my Chipotle, and then all of a sudden I got zombified from one of my zombies. So our burning bud officially contains every pet mutation now, so we can go ahead and pick all these guys up so they stop making sounds in our ears. And we are now officially up to 13 mutations on the burning bud, which is pretty good. Okay, so we just got a night event to happen, so we could possibly get moonlit on this thing. And to increase our chances, I actually did just get a night staff because the traveling merchant just showed up. Oh, I guess we don't need to use it actually because we just got it naturally. I guess moonlit is pretty easy to get. All right, so we have another sandstorm coming through, so hopefully this time we can actually get the sandy mutation. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw some sprinklers on this, at least the sprinklers that will increase our chances for mutations here. All right, and now we just wait and hope that this thing becomes sandy. All right, we're gonna wait just a second and see if we can get anything. It's already looking pretty good, but I just want a few more and it's over. That was a quick one and no sandy. All right, so I was AFK for a second and I just clipped it, but it looks like we got a heat wave to form, which gave us Paradisal, and it doesn't look like we got sun-dried back, though. So we only got Paradisal, but usually we get sun-dried, so I guess it just didn't get hit twice. So that's another event down, but I wish we could have gotten sun-dried to stack on it. After about 2.5 to 3 hours, which is normally how long I record these videos with all of the events that Brighter will queue up for us and the other ones, we've managed to get 14 mutations on this thing. I really wish we could have got the new sandy mutation and then got that over to ceramic or something, and also get drenched and stuff. Oh, wait. Of course, right when we're ending, there's a sun god event happening, but this won't really help us in any way because this is not a sunflower. With no helps today, 14 mutations is pretty good, and the burning bud is pretty big, so I'm assuming this will be worth a lot of money. So we're gonna go ahead and collect this, and here it is. It's actually very laggy when I pull it out. So without that, I have 160 FPS. When I pull this thing out, it drops down to 40. Let's like line up like right here so we can see what Steven's gonna give us, and let's go ahead and check the value of this thing. So how much is this giant burning bud worth, Steven? Okay, 13 billion is actually pretty good. Considering we didn't really have that many mutations on it that we normally get in all the admin mutations, 13 bill is a pretty good number, especially since this is a probably normal amount of mutations as any normal player would get. So we're gonna go ahead and start by spawning in our golden goose, who has about a 11 or 12 minute cooldown. He does have a boost right now, but we're gonna have to give him a new boost in just a second. And we're gonna also, while we wait, spawn in our queen bee right away and our butterfly, because because our queen bee still has about 19 minutes for its cooldown to cool down our butterfly. And once it actually cools down our butterfly, it'll be ready to apply rainbow right away, because this golden goose has a little bit of time before he can spawn in his golden egg. So this video is going to be structured a little bit differently, but it's the same exact thing. We're going to be attempting to get every single mutation on the golden egg, but instead of planting a seed with all the sprinklers, we got to wait for this guy to hatch an egg, which is interesting, I guess, for this one, huh? All right, so he should hatch his egg within 9 minutes. I will boost him again, so this timer will be accurate. And then within 18 minutes, we'll have our queen bee cool down our butterfly, and then our butterfly will convert all the mutations on our golden egg once we have it to rainbow. I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my queen bee over here on my main account, and also a kitsune. So once these cooldowns are done over here, the kitsune will steal the golden egg and apply chakra on it after it has rainbow. So the golden goose is dropping its golden egg, and boom, we have our golden egg. It's a little bit smaller than the other ones I've gotten, but not too bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and trowel this over here just so all of our pets are a little bit closer to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my sprays here. So there we go. We now have 5 mutations, and I guess just in case, since we don't really need fried, since we have a mutation shard for this, and also I don't believe we can use fried or burnt anymore, since this automatically gets removed when we get ceramic, which we will be getting ceramic. I'm gonna go ahead and just use that for a free one. I think fortune honestly might have been 5, but I don't know if it's considered a growth mutation technically, since it grows in with the golden egg, and growth mutations don't work to get rainbow. So this is just a safety thing, so I don't waste the 17 or so minutes I just waited for the queen bee's cooldown to go down. And our golden goose is going to work to spawn in another egg in just a second here. And once we get that other egg from the golden goose, we can go ahead and put the golden goose away, because that will be our fortune egg that we're going to use the Spinosaurus to move fortune back over to this, since this will lose fortune. It should lose fortune because, yeah, it's about to get rainbow. All right, the magic is now going to happen. The queen bee is going to cool down our butterfly, and then our butterfly is going to come over here and convert this golden egg to rainbow. Let's watch the magic happen. Oh, we also got Windstruck, so that would have been a free mutation, but oh well. Anyways, all those are gone. We now have rainbow for that extra multiplier, so we can go ahead and pick up our queen bee for now and our butterfly, and our golden goose will be giving us another egg shortly. So we have all of those mutations gone. We now have rainbow. I'm going to go ahead and favorite this. We're going to go ahead and apply all of our sprays now. So I'm going to go ahead and skip out on burnt and fried today, although I usually apply those now that we get ceramic, since we have the jackalopes for sandy, and then we get that to clay. You cannot have burnt and fried to get ceramic, so there's really no point on applying burnt or fried anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip that, and we're gonna do honey glazed. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and apply chocolate now. So there we go. We now have rainbow, chocolate, and honey glazed. And let's see. All right, we're skipping fried burnt. Let's do shocked, pollinated. We have a bloom spray, and then I guess I'll go ahead and apply this chilled spray so we can get this thing to frozen. I would wait around and try to get bloodlit, but I've just given up on the kappas giving me bloodlit until they make a better pet or buff the kappas. I don't think I'm gonna attempt to get bloodlit anymore with them, because I literally will sit here for like 10 hours straight and not get it, and then I cry and it's really sad. So I'm just not gonna worry about getting bloodlet anymore, dude. It's a painful one to get. All right, and I'm also gonna spawn in a Spinosaurus, and let's go ahead and get some of our other pets done. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in 2 queen bees, I guess, to get them started. I guess we'll go ahead and spawn in a Raiju so we can go ahead and get static applied. I guess I'll go ahead and spawn in these lobsters since they take forever to give us meteoric, and then I guess we'll go ahead and spawn in our pterodactyl, because he's going to try and give us tempestuous. Actually, maybe, hold on. I'm going to actually get rid of one of these disco bees, and I'm going to spawn in a pterodactyl and the corrupt kitsune. Since we have our Spinosaurus out, we might as well try and get these 2 done, since they're going to apply corrupt chakra and tempestuous, and I'm going to place a bunch of carrots down. Oh, and I almost forgot, I have some extra sprays on my main account that we can apply to this egg, so I'm going to go ahead and apply cloud touch to it and verdant. I feel like we're missing a couple of mutations there, and that's what we were missing. We did not use the verdant and cloud touch spray yet, but now we did. We're good to go there. All right, where's that kitsune? Hello? There he is. Look at him in all of his glory. He wants to eat my egg today. It's a chocolate covered egg. Who wouldn't want this? All right, he's got it. He's going back to my main account with it, and we got chakra applied to the golden egg. Now, some people in the comments have been like, Bandites, you can actually get Foxfire chakra, and you can get Foxfire corrupt chakra with corrupt chakra and regular chakra, and you can actually get harmonized Foxfire chakra and harmonized regular chakra. And yes, I know you can get both variants, but you have to understand, I record these videos almost every day for 4 to 8 hours. And the one thing I want to save some time on is worrying about every single version of chakra I could get, okay? I know technically I can make the mutations better and I can get way more money for getting those mutations, but I don't know if it's worth sitting here waiting another 10 hours to get Foxfire Corrupt Chakra and Foxfire Regular Chakra just to get another 130 times multiplier. If I really want, I can use a calculator and do that math instead of drive myself insane. I'm sorry, I just want to keep my sanity. So let's go ahead and place these down. I'm gonna get one more actually, just in case, because the Corrupt Zoon can apply to 9 different fruits. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I have 9 of these, and I'll get 1 extra. And then this is the one I will apply the shock spray to. There we go. So now our Raiju set up to give us static, and then we should be getting this fortune moved over in just a second. Oh, we're done with our golden goose. Let me go ahead and get rid of him. Since he's done, I'm gonna go ahead and get my spaghetti sloth ready, because we are going to need to get 4 mutations from the spaghetti sloth. Where is this guy? Here he is. All right, our Raiju's cooldown is done. I actually moved the other golden egg in this corner for a second just to make sure maybe it'll be out of range so he can't apply static to that one, because I just want the Spinosaurus to eat fortune right away. And that way he might only apply to these carrots and this egg. So there we go. Perfect. He did not apply to that one. So now our golden egg has static applied to it, and I can go ahead and move this back over here. And I'm gonna go ahead and I guess clear off some of these static carrots since we don't need them. And oh, our Disco Bee's doing something. Are you gonna give us Disco on a carrot, bro? Okay, he failed. That's actually fine. That would just make it easier for a Spinosaurus in a little bit to do his thing. And I'll actually spawn in another Disco Bee to get that taken care of. All right, there we go. Pterodactyl. Oh, he actually already applied Tempestuous right away to our golden eggs. That actually saves us some time. So I can pick up these carrots that he applied stuff to, get these out of the way, and save some more time there. All right, well, thanks, my man. That was really nice of you to just give it to us right away, you know? All right, I'm going to go ahead and pick you up then since you've done your job. And Disco Bees are going. Let's see. Our lobsters cooldowns are almost done. So we have some more pets about to do some stuff in a second. But while we wait for those guys, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in another pet. So I guess we'll start trying to get, I guess Sandy is, it's a pretty easy one to get out of the way. So we'll spawn in our age 5 jackalope to get that done. And we should be able to get Sandy done onto our golden egg in just a second pretty quickly. So lobsters, we need molten. Give us molten, boys. Give us molten. Get it out of the way and make us happy, please. Please make us happy, please. I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy for once, please. Hey, you guys are getting a little far. Here, eat this golden egg. Only this one, buddy. Yeah, there you go. Failed. Hey, other guy, right here. Molten, now. All right, you guys are failures. Bruh. Jackalope, hey, buddy. Listen here, buddy. I need you to get us Sandy. Let's get this done out of the way. I got more pets I need to come in here and do some stuff. So hurry up. Get your Sandy on that egg. Come on. Yeah, let's go, dude. Jackalope applied Sandy to golden egg. That was like pretty much instantaneously. So instant. I mean, I'm not speaking proper English today. But anyways, we have Sandy done. Spinosaurus, it is your time to shine. We're going to travel this here. You're going to eat fortune, apply to other golden egg. All right, go ahead. Feast upon the golden egg. Yes. Yes, good job. All right, now, just like I promised, spaghetti sloth, here you go. Eat. So now we have fortune moved over to our golden egg. And then also we should have a night event within 10 minutes because you know how I know this? Because I'm in the Bandites Discord, discord.gg/Bandites. We have a channel in there where you get alerts for different events happening in the game and also stock. You get to see if there's an item in stock that you want in the seed shop or the gear shop. And it's really cool. So you should join the Discord because it's really cool and you'd be even cooler if you joined it. You'd be cooler than you are now. All right, anyways. Spaghetti sloth, what are we thinking today? Are you going to give us some of that delicious pasta? Delicious sauce? Delicious meatballs? All right, perfect. We got pasta applied to the golden egg. So that is done. And then our Corrupt Kidzoon's about to do something. So let me throw some seeds down real quick. And I'll be right back because my fiance is about to throw up. What? All right, sorry about that. Quick little thing happened there. Anyways, oh, hey, look at that. We got harmonized chakra done. So he applied it to our golden egg when I ran out. Thanks, buddy. He didn't even apply any of it to the carrots. All right, well, we don't need these. And Spinosaurus, I'm sorry to say it, buddy, but we don't need you anymore. And we have a Disco Bee almost done here. So I'm going to give him a toy. Let's see if we'll get Disco. Hey, Zaza. Hey, can we get Disco, please? Okay, you failed. Why are you failing me? What about you? What about you, Zeffy? You always seem to come in clutch. Zeffy? He was out of range. I should have moved it towards him. I didn't move it towards him. I'm a failure. 2. All right, well, I guess we'll go ahead and spawn in our Tranquil Scarlet then, and we'll spawn in our Junk Bot. We should have a nighttime event. So I will be back when that event starts, and we'll get some more mutations done. I have returned. And also, we have Tropical Rain. Bro, we're getting so many events randomly. The game likes me for once. Anyways, our Spaghetti Sloth is almost done with its cooldown again, and then our Lobsters are almost done. I'm gonna go ahead and boost my Spaghetti Sloth to help us try and get Aromatic out of the way, since that one takes some time, and then we'll get our next ingredient. Now, with these Lobsters, I really hope that they'd be nice enough to give us Molten and to give us Meteoric. But if they're not nice, then I can always just cry myself to sleep. That's always an option. Doesn't really matter to me. Okay, failed. Failed. What about you, buddy? Failed. And, well, okay, we got Molten. We got Molten. That's at least one of them, but they failed on the Meteoric. So, at least we have some time to still get Meteoric. So, I won't, like, cry myself to sleep very hard tonight. Like, it'll be a little bit, but definitely not as, like, heavy as I was expecting. Just like I said, dude, we got that beautiful nighttime event. There should be Moonlit. Maybe we'll get Celestial after. That'd be nice as well. And our Spaghetti Sloth is about to do some magic, so we'll see what he does. Ah, there we go. Moonlit. Moonlit is done and out of the way. We now have Moonlit on the golden egg. So we don't have to use our Tanukis, which is always nice, since those guys also take forever, just like the Kappas. However, the Kappas aren't completely useless. I will use them in a second to give us wet, so we can get that chill to frozen, and that sandy to clay, and then that will become ceramic. Sorry, I got caught off guard there, because this guy failed at Aromatic. I thought we were going to try to give us 2 mutations, but someone has other ideas today, huh? Anyways, hey, Disco Beast, can you make me feel better and give us Disco? Disco, Disco, Disco. Failed. All right, Disco B, please don't fail me this time, please. I'm gonna cry, please, Disco, please. Why? All right, I'm gonna give a toy to my Junk Bot and also flatter him like I did last time, since that seemed to work. So Junk Bot, hey buddy, if you give us oil on that golden egg right there, I will kiss you. I will give you a big kiss. Do you want a kiss? You gotta do your thing. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You're not getting a kiss. That's what you're getting. A spit. Let's see. Are we going to get Disco this time, buddies? Come on. It's failed. Okay. Move this over here for this, buddy. Are you coming over here now? Okay. Come on. Please. 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 Why are they failing so much, dude? Why are they just failing me? Anyways, the Spaghetti Sauce will at least do something for us. Need some nummies, huh? All right, we got sauce done, so now we just need meatballs and aromatic from this guy. So he's about halfway done with all of his mutations. But man, why are these Disco Bees failing me? Okay, Corrupt failed. What about Tranquil? Hello? Hey, stop moving. Oh, he already has the boost. So he must have already done Tranquil and failed, and I just didn't realize. Okay, well, anyways, our Junk Bot also is almost done with its cooldown again, so I am going to give it another toy. Oh, wait, Tranquil, hello? Failed. All right, well, everyone's just failing me, dude. Everyone's just failing me. All right, so the main account does have the wet mutation, so we don't really need the Kappas. We'll just need the chicken zombies next. So anyways, this sandy on there is about to turn to clay, and since we have molten, they'll instantly just turn to ceramic, and that chilled will turn to frozen. So let's go ahead and apply this wet mutation, and there's some magic right there. Wait, what? Why is sandy still sandy? Bruh. All right, well, for some reason, we still have sandy and frozen. Wait, maybe do I have to do it again? Let me try it again. Hold on. All right, did that do anything? We still have sandy. What is going on, bro? All right, hold on. Let me try something else. Let me see if this will unstuck it if I applied fried. Fried got applied. What about burnt? And burnt got applied. All right, so today I guess it's just bugging. I don't know why, but it won't give us ceramic. I applied wet to the sandy, but maybe because we already had chilled and then frozen, you can't do it. So I guess you can't get chilled. All right, so I'll know that for next time. Don't apply chilled yet. Wait until you have ceramic, okay? But either way, we can still apply fried and burnt, which you just did, and that's some extra mutations, but that's a shame. I thought we could have got ceramic still, but hey, that's 2 more mutations anyways. Junk Bot, hey, don't let me down, please. I need to get some chicken zombies in here. We have some more mutations. If you could just please just be a nice little guy and apply that oil mutation, that'd be just really nice of you, and I would really like you. And I hate you, Junk Bot. I hate you. All right, hopefully good stuff's about to happen. Our lobsters are done with their cooldowns. I believe this one's for Meteoric. I could be wrong. Maybe the 3-minute one's for Meteoric. I think this one's Meteoric though, so I'm gonna scoot this over towards them. Hey guys, look at this egg. You can get Meteoric on. Failed. Hey buddy, look at this egg. You can get Meteoric on. Buddies. Okay. Okay, failed. Everyone's failing. Come on, someone, please. Someone, please. Okay, we got Meteoric. We got Meteoric. Yes, that's another one done. Let's go. Where's the other Disco Bee? Apply Disco, please. Please, please, please. Okay, he failed. But at least we got meteoric done. That's another one out of the way. We can go ahead and pick up our lobsters finally, and then we can replace them with chicken zombies, and we're getting there now. We're getting somewhere. All right, good. We pretty much have a good setup now. These are pretty much the last pets that we need that we can AFK with. But let's see real quick if the spaghetti sloth gives us that nice, beautiful meatballs mutation. Because I really want some spaghetti. I actually have spaghetti in the fridge. I might go eat that while in AFK while these pets do their thing. But to celebrate me eating my spaghetti, this guy's got to give us that last spaghetti mutation. So let's see if he does it. All right, we got meatballs. Thank you. So now we have the spaghetti mutation done and out of the way. So now all we got to do is wait for this guy to give us aromatic. But his ingredient mutations are done. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was AFK. We need a tanning mirror. This should help us get paradisal done. So we just got paradisal done. It looks like we got corrupt when we were AFK. And I think that was actually it. But thankfully I came back. I was AFK. I didn't realize that this was going on. I also didn't realize that I did not have a tanning mirror placed down. So now we have a tanning mirror placed down. We did get paradisal, which is good. We needed paradisal. And so that is good and out of the way. Whew. All right, so we have a few more toys we can use here. So I'm going to go ahead and boost these chicken zombies to maybe give us zombified. Let's see the first one. Failed. What about this guy? Maybe, please. Failed. Okay, well, that's fine. Not really. I'm sad. Aromatic failed. So everyone just be failing today. What about the junk bot? Junk bot, do you love me? Failed. Bro, what? Everything is just failing. Anyways, let's see what the disco bee gives us. Disco, please. Disco, please. Failed. What about you? Buddy, Zeffy. Listen to me. Listen to me. You've been here for such a long time. You always come in clutch. You always give us the disco mutation. This one time, I really need your help on the golden egg. No one's giving me mutations. Please, it would make me feel so much better. Please. I thought we had a heart-to-heart. I thought we actually connected there, but we didn't. We got nowhere. The pain. Why didn't that kill me? It should have. I wish it did. Bro, finally. All right, one of our chicken zombies applied zombified to our golden egg. So now we have zombified officially applied. We can go ahead and pick these guys up. And I'm going to throw a queen bee into the mix to help with some of these cooldowns around here because these guys be taking forever. Some of them at least. All right, our disco bees finally came in clutch. We finally got disco applied. Please give us tranquil, bird. No. All right, at least we got disco done. We can't bag too much. All right, well, we got disco done. All right, if we can get junk bot done though, then it would only be up to 2 pets. So junk bot, let's get you done and out of the way, man. And I already offered you a kiss. You don't want anything. So what if I offer you this? Do you think that would make you produce oil? Because I just produced oil myself. Brother, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and give him a toy. And I'm sorry about that, by the way. That was disgusting. I'm sorry, but that was funny. But I'm literally, I have child humor. Anyways, junk bot oil, please. All right, you know what? Next time I'm farting on your head, bro. We got an Aurora event! An Aurora event! Maybe to increase our chances, I'm gonna throw some carrots down. Maybe we can get Aurora on something. I don't know. Aurora always never seems to like me enough, but maybe today, since all the other pets of mine don't like me. Maybe the sky will like me. All right, well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see if I get Aurora on anything. It'd be nice if we get on the gold. We got Aurora! We got Aurora! We got it again! That's good. I'm gonna get a Spinosaurus in here. Move aside, Dash Hound. What do you guys... Actually, I have space. I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy to eat that Aurora and apply it to that golden egg. All right, so our queen bee here is about done with her cooldown. So she's about to cool down our Spinosaurus. I just realized because the Spinosaurus has such a long cooldown. Bro, that was the queen bee. That wasn't me. All right, anyways, the Spinosaurus is now eating the Aurora mutation off of our carrot and should apply it to our golden egg. There we go. We now have Aurora applied to the golden egg. Thank you, friends, for helping. Wait, the carrot is still purple. Interesting. Interesting. Hold on. Does it stay purple if I pick it up? No, it does not. The more you know. Okay, I just missed it by like a second, but we just got the aromatic mutation finally applied to our golden egg. And with that, we should be getting the tranquil one in just a minute. So let me go ahead and I guess pick up this aromatic spaghetti sloth now since he is done. And let's try to give a toy to our Scarlet here to see if we can get tranquil done finally. And it's still failed. Very sad. But at least we got another mutation done. We just have to wait for oil and tranquil. And then this thing will be pretty much ready to go. Bro, I went AFK for a second and we actually finally got oil done. It's a miracle. It's actually a miracle. Now we just gotta let our queen bee and mimic octopus completely focus on the tranquil scarlet. All right, so I know some people are gonna hate me forever for doing this, but I am going to give up on trying to get tranquil. Usually I don't do this, and usually we get it pretty quick, but I have been recording this for 4 hours. It is 3 a.m. I'm very tired, and we have not gotten tranquil after like 2 hours since we placed the pet down, maybe even almost 3 at this point. And we already have so many mutations that I think our golden egg is pretty much worth it at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip out on the tranquil, which means we won't have tranquil, and these are the other ones we're missing that we could get legit: bloodlet, eclipsed, acidic, celestial. These events are pretty rare, and I don't think we'll be getting one anytime soon by the time we're done recording. I wish we got celestial earlier with the nighttime event, but we didn't. But anyways, for now, we're going to be leaving it off there. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that we're not getting tranquil. We probably won't be getting these 5 mutations, but there's still a chance for amber. But if we don't get that, then we missed out on 6 mutations we could have gotten legit. And of course, not including all the admin ones. But in total, though, this golden egg here has 26 mutations on it. And if you separate tempestuous, it has 27 mutations on it. Separate paradisal, 28. Frozen, 29. Harmonized chakra, 30. And if we had ceramic, it would have been like 31, 32. So let's hope that we can get amber on it and make it worth even more. So for now, I'm gonna go ahead and I guess I'll leave the mimic octopus, but no, I don't think you can mimic raptors actually. And plus we're about to use our raptors to pick it up. So we're gonna pick him up, pick up our queen bee, and sadly pick up the tranquil scarlet, but hopefully our raptors can give us amber. I'm gonna boost them with some toys to try and help us get amber. And let's see if we get amber. All right, we did not get amber. So yeah, we missed out on about 6 mutations, but we did get all of the other mutations on our golden egg here, which I can't even see it because there's so many mutations. Oh, there they go. They're loading in now. Wait, is this the right thing? I don't think this is it. Okay, yeah, I mean, it went to my hotbar, but I confused myself for a second because the other day we had a fruit like this that looked kind of crazy where it was just like a big ice texture like this. I thought it was the same fruit and I thought it swapped out for some reason in my hotbar, but that one we didn't have fried on. We actually had ceramic on that one, which won't show up because it was deep in the mutation list, but I know for sure we just had fried on our golden egg, and the other ones that we have fried in my inventory that are favorited with all the mutations. Things I have here that are fried: this is a taco fern, this is a donut sugar glaze, this is a moon mango, I think, this is a traveler's fruit, cacao, and the beanstalk. So this has to be the golden egg here. It just has a bug broken texture, of course. So I'm going to be checking the mutation of our golden egg with Steven here, and we're going to see how much our golden egg is actually worth now. So Steven, how much is our golden egg worth? Wow. Only 8 billion, and I think if we had tranquil, this would only have been like 9 or 10 billion. That is not as much as I was expecting. I honestly thought we might get to trillions because usually the golden egg's base value is pretty high. However, I think because this one wasn't that big of a golden egg that we got from our goose this time around, that might have really affected the value. But let me actually check real quick what the minimum value is. So it looks like the minimum value is around 200k for this thing. So with all the mutations on it, we only got to 8 bill. Usually I was seeing like I was selling these things for millions, but maybe it's because I had other stuff in my inventory. I thought these were worth a lot more, but 8 billion for about 30 mutations is... I don't know if that's good or not. I mean, it was an interesting video, but I don't know if that's worth it. You can make a lot more money with other fruits, but the golden goose will also spawn this thing in every 10 minutes. So you tell me, is this worth it to you to get all the mutations on the golden egg and grow a garden? So we're gonna go ahead and place this down, and usually I would go ahead and start growing some extra sugar apples and use my apple gazelle to try to get the warp mutation. However, currently I think the apple gazelle is broken right now. A lot of people are still reporting that it's broken, and last video we had issues with trying to get warped. I'll pick up a couple sugar apples here just to see if we get anything, but looks like we usually only just get dupes, and it has a really hard time to give us anything else. So yeah, I believe the apple gazelle is still a bugged pet at the moment, which is unfortunate. So we might have to skip out on the warp mutation until it gets fixed. I did report that to Brighter, but I don't know when that's going to get fixed for us. All right, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and I guess just place some carrot seeds. So we have some extra carrots here for mutations. Let's go ahead and also move this pancake stack back over here to where we're going to grow that multi-trap. So our moon cats will be ready for that. Even though the apple gazelle doesn't work, we can still put an advanced sprinkler over here, get our mandrakes to spawn in, and get the rot mutation done because this actually still works at least. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place a couple of mandrake seeds here. We're gonna use a watering can, and then this should spread the rot mutation to something so we can at least get rot done. All right, there we go. We got it applied to a carrot. Got rot ready, so I'll throw that in there, and we're good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up these mandrakes now. And to speed this up a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and head over here on my main account real quick. Oh, hey, look at that. We have a nighttime event, which is perfect for getting moonlit done now. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit grow all on my main account, and that will give us this multi-trap here. So we're gonna go ahead and just collect the heads off of this. And I'm also gonna real quick just throw a night staff down so we can get moonlit done for sure. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get my sprinklers ready on this multi-trap here. So let's go ahead and place our Grandmaster sprinkler down, do our Master, Godly, Advanced, Basic, and then we'll go ahead and get some Mooncat spawned in here. And there we go. We just got the moonlit event applied to something. But all right, we got our Mooncats to spawn in. We're gonna go ahead and spawn in one Triceratops just to help hit this thing and to make it grow a little bit faster so we can get a big multi-trap head to grow on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on this for a second, and we'll be back in just a minute when we have a big multi-trap here, because it's gonna probably take a couple minutes. So one sec. All right, so a little bit of time went by and we have our multi-traps done. So these look pretty good. Obviously, this one's the biggest one. It's literally like consuming my sugar apples over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this one and get one right here if I can. Can I? Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and travel this so it faces this way instead now, so we can see our sugar apples and stuff. But there you go. Here's our multi-trap. And first things first, we got to get it to become rainbows. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all of these pets we have placed down. We're gonna go ahead and apply the Cloud Touch spray to it. Pollinated. We'll apply chocolate to it. I guess we'll use some. Actually, I'm going to save some of these and go on my main account for the next couple ones. So let me grab some sprays on this account. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a Windstruck on it. And then I guess finally, I'm kind of getting low on sprays and they moved them all. You can't really craft them anymore, which is annoying, but I'm going to go ahead and use my Honey Glaze Sprinkler. And now this should have, yeah, multiple mutations. We have 5, which is enough to convert this thing to rainbow. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my Queen Bee to get the cooldown started for this guy. So then that Queen Bee will cool down our Butterfly, and the Butterfly will take all of those mutations and convert that thing to rainbow. So that'll be good. All right, and then in the meantime, I'm going to come over here on my main account. We're going to spray this carrot right here with the shocked spray. So now I have this shocked carrot here, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my Raiju, and we're going to start getting some of our guaranteed mutations done. So the Raiju will go ahead and eat that carrot, give us static on some other fruits. We'll go ahead and spawn in our Lemon Lion for brain rot. We'll spawn in a Pterodactyl to get tempestuous done, Cockatrice for toxic, Phoenix for flaming, the Swan for graceful, and I believe that's all we can place down right now. Yeah, we're maxed out. So we're gonna wait to get some of these mutations done and start getting our guaranteed mutations done and out of the way, because our Butterfly has the longest cooldown, so our Queen Bee will only target the Butterfly, and we can get these guys out of the way before then and get a little bit ahead of the game here. So I'm also gonna go ahead and place down a couple more carrot seeds just so we have some more room to work with for mutations, and to make sure, you know, when we get the static done, it'll actually apply to a carrot, because I'm sure some mutations will go on this multi-trap, but they're going to become rainbow, so we want to make sure we get as many as we can on carrots and sugar apples so we don't lose them when this becomes rainbow here. Let's go ahead and let these pets wait a couple minutes, and we'll be back when we get some mutations done. All right, our Kitsune from my main accounts over here are about to apply Chakra to something, or Foxfire Chakra. Okay, we got Chakra done on a sugar apple, so we'll take that. We might still get Foxfire Chakra, but at least that is done and out of the way. All right, so our Swan's about to give us Graceful, and our Lemon Lion's about to give us Brain Rot. Hopefully they don't apply to the multi-trap. I mean, if they do, they both only have like a 5-minute cooldown, so it should be fine. But hopefully they actually just apply it to some carrots, but let's see what they do here. All right, Lemon Lion. Okay, perfect. Carrot and Graceful was applied to Sugar Apple, so perfect. We are done with our Swan. We are done with our Lemon Lion. So another 2 pet slots we can go ahead and use. So I'm gonna move this carrot over here real quick. Can I place this down, please? I just realized there's a man face in there. That's scary. I'm being watched. Anyways, besides the man phase, let's go ahead and get our Badger down now to give us Crack. That should be pretty quick. We're going to get our Mizuchi down as well to give us Azure. This one as well should be pretty quick. He has a really fast cooldown, and that's our other 2 slots taken for now. So we'll just wait until our other pets give us some more mutations. But Phoenix is next, so we can go and get Flaming done. All right, here comes the Flaming mutation. It's going to get on a bunch of stuff here. We got it on a multi-trap. We got on a ton of carrots, so we are good. Go ahead and pick up the Phoenix because he has done his job. And next will be Cracked, it looks like. So I'll go ahead and move this carrot over here. I believe he did get it on a sugar apple. Looks like there's one right there, but I guess, you know, doesn't hurt to have one extra one just in case. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and keep this one, though, because it does have honey glaze on it, and we could save another honey glaze sprinkler. So I'm going to throw that in the mix over there so we don't have to use that again. But I'm going to go ahead for now and place our golden goose so we can get that fortune egg out of the way. All right, our Badger is next. He's going to go ahead and give us the Crack mutation. There we go. It's like already on a bunch of stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and pick him up. You've done your job, buddy. You've gotten us cracked on way more than we needed. Okay, there we go. We got toxic on a bunch of stuff now. So we can go ahead and throw one of these toxic carrots over there. Raiju just gave us static on some sugar apples and also some carrots. So there we go. Got some more mutations there. But Cockatrice is done. Pick him up. Raiju's done. Pick him up. Pterodactyl is next to give us Tempestuous. All right, we got it on a carrot. This one here, Tempestuous. So I'll go ahead and move this over here into the mix. So Pterodactyl's done as well. We can go ahead and boost this Mizuchi to give us a better chance for Azure, maybe. Maybe we'll get it done now. Let's see. Failed. Okay, well, that might take a little bit longer than the other ones, but there we go. We have a lot of pets done already, a lot of our guaranteed ones, so that's going to help us. I'm going to go ahead and pick up some of these extra mutated carrots and stuff just to get them out of the way. All right, I think we're good. So everything, which is only this one carrot, is favorited, so that won't get targeted by our butterfly, and we have a lot of our pets done. So I'm going to go ahead and boost our queen bee so we can get rainbow done and out of the way a little bit faster, and then in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in 2 jackalopes to get Sandy done, and 2 of our grizzly bears to try and get fall done. And then next we'll focus on our Kappa, Spriggan, our disco bees, and our chicken zombies. And I'll also go through and just make sure there's nothing else that I'm missing. I'll dig through the whole list here. Oh, we gotta get our peach wasp done. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and boost these grizzly bears because fall is usually a annoying one to get. It takes a while. So I'm gonna boost them, and I don't actually have any small pet toys. I thought I did. So medium ones will work for now, and jackalopes are both boosted now as well. Hopefully get Sandy done quick. Well, let's see if we get Azure done, maybe. Failed. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and wait a couple minutes here to get rainbow done, and then I guess we'll come back if we do end up getting Sandy or fall done. So we'll be back in a second. I just missed it. I was doing some crafting, but we did just get fall from our grizzly bears applied to one of our sugar apples, so these guys are done. Which one did you apply it to, or am I crazy? I swear I just saw fall. Where was fall? Oh, here it is, on this pollinated sugar apple. So we do have pollinated on here as well, so we can save that spray. But yeah, there we go. We have that done. Grizzly bears are done, out of the way. So I guess we'll get our peach wasp ready here to give us the plasma mutation, and now we're gonna go ahead and just let our queen bee cool down our butterfly, and hopefully I favorited everything that has 5 mutations plus, so we'll only target that multi-trap. Oh, well, I forgot I just spawned in my peach wasp. I should have waited, and now we have to wait longer for the butterfly. Okay. The queen bee, we don't even need the queen bee because the butterfly is just going to go for it. But at least we've been getting mutations done, so we're not really behind or anything. But, okay, I'm stupid and dumb. We already know this. But we did just get plasma done, so we don't have to wait for that now. That's good, right? So plasma's on this sugar apple here. So I'm gonna go ahead and boost this Masuchi then. And our peach wasp is done, so we can pick that up. That's still failing. And I don't even know if we got Sandy done. I wasn't paying attention because I was so shocked at myself for forgetting to not spawn in the peach wasp yet, but okay. At least one of our 25-minute cooldowns is done. I guess that's fine. It actually does save us some time in the end. Don't think we have gotten Sandy yet, so I'll go ahead and wait. In the meantime, though, we have gotten a lot of other stuff done. Okay, there we go. We just got Sandy done on a carrot, so that's perfect. And a sugar apple, so we have double Sandy for, I guess, ceramic, and maybe we can just get Sandy after that again. I don't know. Double Sandy is always good. We'll go ahead and keep both of those because we do have more Spinos now that I traded for, so we should be able to get all these mutations done just fine. But the jackalopes are done. Our golden goose is about to be done in another 2 minutes. Our butterfly still needs some time, obviously. Did the boost work? Because he has a long cooldown, so yeah. Usually the longer the cooldown, the more the boost does. So I don't know if it's like a 20% speed boost or something. I don't know what the math is. My brain that doesn't do math, obviously. But all right, well, we're good with a lot of our pets here. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in our Kappas here to start getting bloodlet done, and we'll go ahead and start spamming in some disco beasts here to get disco done because that's gonna take a while, and that is good. And then once we get our golden goose done, we can go ahead and throw in another disco bee, and we'll go ahead and throw some more Kappas in just a second. But we're pretty much almost done with all of our guaranteed pets already since we did them early. We do have to get our chicken zombies ready, so I'll get that. And I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that everything is done here in my inventory. Tempestuous, static, flaming, got brain rot, graceful, fall. Okay. I'm thinking to myself out loud. Don't mind me. All right. We do need to still get our Krupp Kitsune done, actually, so I'll spawn that in next instead of another disco bee because we got to get that guy done. Hopefully, Mizuchi will give us the Azure mutation. Let's go ahead and reboost the golden goose. Give me that fortune egg, buddy. Thank you. Azure is still failing, but golden goose is done. I'll pick him up. Spawn in the Krupp Kitsune to get Krupp Chakra done. We're gonna move this fortune egg over here into our pile of mutations. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and just sweep through all of our fruits and make sure there's nothing, absolutely nothing else with multiple, or at least more than 5 mutations on it, because we really don't want to mess that up with our butterfly. It's already taken this long, so we want to get that guy out of the way. All right, so yeah, let's get this butterfly out of the way here. Let's finally get rainbow done. I'm gonna get some more carrots ready for our kappas because they need a lot of carrots to work with, or just fruits, so we can get bloodlet done fast. All right, butterfly is doing its thing. Are you doing it on the right plant? Or am I dumb? Did I... Okay, good. I did not miss anything. Our multi-trap is now a rainbow fruit, which is good multiplier. Last video, I thought Spinos would move the rainbow over, but I needed to use, like, the seedling pet or even, like, the sugar glider, and I didn't do that, and yeah, I'm dumb. Anyways, butterfly is done. Finally can pick up the butterfly, get that guy out of the way. We have rainbow done, so we can go ahead and favorite this here. And I guess the only spray we really need to reapply is chocolate onto it, and I guess cloud touched. We have pollinated and honey glaze over there, and then on our main account, we can go ahead and reapply. I'll walk over here so you can see me. Well, this thing is moving on my main account screen. He's like chomping. Anyways, I'll reapply luminous. I'll reapply shocked, which that's my last shock spray. No. And then I'll reapply glimmering. And I think that's it. I think we're good with the sprays. Yeah, luminous glimmering. Yeah. All right, cool. And next up will just be moving everything over with our Spinos once they're done. But all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and boost our kappas. We can get that out of the way. Maybe the Mizuchi will give us a Zor finally, and we'll also get another Disco Bee in here, I guess. All right, finally, we got a Zor applied to a carrot. We'll go ahead and, I guess, spawn in our Spriggan then, and one extra Disco Beast. We get Bloom done and get Disco hopefully done a little bit faster. What carrot? This one? Oh, it's really cool, actually. I like that. That's a really cool mutation. Thank you, buddy. At this rate, we're just waiting to get Bloodlet, Disco, Corrupt Chakra. Oh, and we just got the regular Chakra again. Thanks for that. I guess I'll pick this one up since we already have it. And, yeah, Bloom. So once we get these done, we'll get chicken zombies in here, and then we should be able to get ready for our AFK setup. So we should be good. I'm gonna go ahead and wait a couple minutes because it's probably gonna take a while to get Bloodlet done, and I'm gonna get our Disco Bees boosted to get Disco done, and we'll be back when some of these mutations will be getting completed again. So give me 1 minute here. Okay, well, our kappas got lucky. They met up right here, and this guy applied wet over here. This one applied wet over here, but for some reason they somehow met and both hit one carrot, so it became Bloodlet. I don't know exactly which one they hit. Was it one of these ones? I don't even know, dude. I have no idea which one they hit because they were so far away from each other. Or maybe something was already wet and they hit it over here. Bro, where's my Bloodlet carrot? I don't know. We have Bloodlet somewhere, though. That's all I know. So our kappas are done. I'll go find that in a second. That's done, so we go ahead and pick up these kappas. And our Disco Bees will be next. I guess I'll go ahead and spawn in a couple more Disco Bees just to make our life a little bit easier to get this one done. Bro, where is this Bloodlet carrot? I have a Bloodlet carrot. I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy. I'm normal. Or is it on the... Oh, it's the sugar apple. The sugar apple got Bloodlet because it was already wet from earlier. Okay. I thought it was a carrot, bro. I don't know. I have no brain power. I think there's a couple wet ones over here as well. Wet, nasty, wet carrots, bro. That is good. I'm gonna go and reapply some of these so we get Bloom done from our Spriggan pretty easy. And maybe we can get Disco done. We have a couple of these Disco Bees almost done. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get it done. We usually take a couple tries, but maybe they'll like us today and we can get chicken zombies in here instead. All right, we have 3 Disco Bees about to be ready. One of these guys has to give us Disco, bro. I feel it in my veins right now that one of these guys are about to give us Disco. So let's see if one of them decide to like us. All right, first one's going. Failed. Oh, yeah, look at that, dude. I felt it in my veins. The second one gave us Disco on a carrot. Thank you so much. We got Disco done. And... bro, we got it twice. I'm telling you, I could feel it. I'm gonna go and pick this one up though, because we don't need 2 of them right now. Let's go ahead and pick these Disco Bees up. I felt it real nice in my veins. I was correct. And now we just gotta get Corrupt Chakra and the Bloom, and then we'll pretty much be ready for our AFK setup. But we do need to get zombified as well to make things a little bit better for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in some chicken zombies here. We'll spawn in all 5 of these guys, and in the mix, I'm gonna go ahead and just spawn in my gnome to maybe get gnome done a little bit earlier, and that should be good. All right, so our Corrupt Kitsune is going to give us Corrupt Chakra or Foxfire Corrupt Chakra now. Let's see. Okay, we got it on a carrot, and that seems to be it, but that works for us. So let's go ahead and throw this over here in the mix. And I guess I'll go ahead and pick up the Corrupt Kitsune and replace that with the Griffin so we can try to get Cyclonic done early, because we do have a new AFK pet we're going to start using, which is my Fried Cooked Owl here. We're going to see if we can get cooked done on anything and get fried done as well. If we can, we can get the sizzled mutation, but we'll go ahead and give this a shot because this one will take some time. I don't know if we'll get it because fried takes a while with that mutation shard, and also cooked we usually never get. We always get burnt. Yeah, that one might be a pain in the butt, but we'll try it. We'll go ahead and throw it in the AFK mix mix and see if it helps at all, see if we can get it. We also did not AFK Dawnbound, so I gotta make sure I get this guy placed down so we can try and get Dawnbound done when we do our AFK setup. But we will focus on the first AFK pets and get those guys done. All right, so we should be able to get Bloom done now, and then I guess I'll use this extra slot for like maybe a Mimic Octopus or something so we can try and get Zombified done a little bit faster, or Cyclonic. But yeah, this should be done. This one's usually pretty easy. All right, yeah, there we go. We got it on a bunch of carrots here, so I'll go ahead and throw at least one of these over here in the mix, and we'll get Gloom. Can I please place this down? There we go. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and pick up the Spriggan, and I guess we'll throw in a Mimic Octopus just to maybe help get Zombified done a little bit faster. And I mean, I could go ahead and start with some of our AFK pets, but we already are kind of doing that. And I want to get Zombified out of the way first, because these AFK pets usually take a while, and that's why they're AFK pets. So yeah, we'll just do the Mimic Octopus for now to hopefully help with Zombified. Hopefully we get Gnome done, and then we'll be ready to AFK. So I'm going to go ahead and wait out this next few minutes, and hopefully we'll get Zombified done with one of these first chicken zombies. All right, let's see if any of these chicken zombies help us out and give us Zombified. Okay, first one failed. Okay, there we go. Second one, we got it on a carrot already, so that's perfect. We can actually just go ahead and pick up the rest of these guys then. And Zombified is done and out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up that Mimic Octopus there, and we're going to move this Zombified carrot into the mix over here. And we are pretty much ready for our AFK setup now. So I guess I'll go ahead and boost this Griffin to try and get Cyclonic done a little bit faster, but we're going to go ahead and get our AFK setup ready. So we do have Gnome for Gnomed, Griffin for Cyclonic, which could be Maelstrom and Storm Charge. We'll go ahead and get a Lobster in here for Molten, Meteoric, and that'll become Blazing and Infernal. Go ahead and get our Aromatic Spaghetti Sloth for Sauce, Pasta, and Meatballs to give us the Spaghetti mutation, and get the Aromatic Shard mutation from that. Get our Corrupted Scarlet Macaw in here, and I guess let's go ahead and see. We need to get our Junk Bot for the Oil mutation, and we do need to get our Tranquil Scarlet out as well. And I feel like I'm missing one of our AFK pets that I normally have in the mix. Oh, you know what? We got to get our Space Squirrel done. That's what it is. All right, so that will give us Void Touched, and then once these guys are done, we'll swap out with the Fried Cooked Owl to try to get Sizzled done, Scented Mooncat to get Dawnbound done, and then we'll also get some Spinos in here to start getting everything moved over to our big multi-trap plant. And we'll come back in a little bit, see what mutations we got, swap some pets out, and get this multi-trap to be a very, very nice multi-trap, very expensive multi-trap. And we'll also see if our Griffin gives us Cyclonic in the next minute. But obviously, if we skip ahead a little bit further than that, then you know we did not get Cyclonic this first round. Yeah, it's only been about a minute, but we got the Cyclonic mutation on 3 of our carrots. Our Griffin just saved us there, because now we can actually get our Scented Mooncat spawned in and work on getting Dawnbound, because that's actually going to take quite some time to get that. So we have 3 Cyclonic carrots. I'm only going to take 2 of these so we can get Maelstrom and Storm Charge, possibly, depending on what order we get that mixed in. So we'll go ahead and throw these over here. All right, we're good to go. We're going to go ahead and continue with our AFKing and hopefully get these mutations done pretty quickly. We AFK'd for about our first hour here, and while I was AFK, my game just died. Roblox disconnected me. I don't know if there's a new system in place where you can't like AFK. I mean, I know you can't, but I had an auto clicker going and it still made me disconnect, so I'm not sure what happened. But anyways, the only really mutation I've seen is that we got all the spaghetti ones done, but we still need aromatic, so we can't swap out our spaghetti sloth just yet. But we did get Tranquil done at least, so this one is like one of the only ones we got done, because I don't even know what time I disconnected. We also did get an Aurora a little bit ago, and we have another one going on now, so we did get Aurora mixed in here somewhere. Anyways, yeah, so our Mooncat has been completely reset, and I gotta wait a very long time still, which is not fun for me, but at least, hey, we got Tranquil done, so I can pick that guy up, and I think that was it. But we can at least get our first mega spot. Actually, no, we can't get that in here, because we got to get our fried cooked owl in here to try and give us sizzled. So still no Spinos yet, but hopefully that'll change soon. Hopefully we can actually get some of these other pets done this time and come back to a better setup here. I think to make it a little bit easier, I'm going to go ahead and just pick up all these carrots, because all the pets we have now aren't like a area effect mutation pet. They're all ones that will just directly apply to fruits. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just pick up all these carrots, get them out of the way, and that should help us a little bit, and we can just get everything applied to these carrots and those sugar apples. So I'll get all these out of the way, so it'll be a little bit easier for us later with the Spinos. But yeah, hopefully we can actually get some of these mutations done, because we didn't get any done since that broke did. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and AFK now, and hopefully we come back to actually some mutations being done. All right, so we were still struggling a bit today after AFKing for another hour. The only mutations I've noticed that we got in the mix over here was the corrupt mutation on a sugar apple up here, so we could pick up our corrupted scarlet. We also did get fry done, but we did not get cooked done yet. We have burnt, but we need to get cooked so we can get sizzled. And we did get gnome done, so that's good. So we can pick up our gnome, but we still need to wait for dawnbound, which is going to take a couple more hours. Of course, we need aromatic from our spaghetti sloth, and then we still need to get oil. I think we still need both molten and meteoric. We need void touched, and then again, we just need cooked. So we didn't get a lot of stuff done. I'm even double checking through here, and we still need a lot. So we at least got 2 more pets done. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in 2 mega spinosauruses to start getting stuff moved over to our multi-trap. But yeah, we're struggling a bit. We have a lot of mutations we still need to get, and we have not gotten within the last hour. I expected more progress, but hey man, I guess the one good thing is the gnome merchant's back, so more crates for our gnome pet to give us the gnome mutation in the future. But hopefully we can get the rest of these done. Oh, actually, it looks like we did get meteoric done up there on a sugar apple, but I don't see molten anywhere. Oh, we did get molten done. Okay, so we're a little bit further ahead than I thought. Okay, that's good. So we can actually pick up our lobster. I'm just dumb, I didn't see those. And we could spawn in another spino. All right, so this looks kind of crazy. We're literally getting a sandstorm and a sun god event at the same exact time. So it's very bright and hurting my eyes. But so on our multi-trap here, we did get everything moved over with our spinosauruses, and we finally just got dawnbound done. The toy actually boosted my mooncat with a dawnbound mutation by about an hour, so I saved about an hour of waiting, which is really useful. But anyways, as you can see here, our multi-trap has a bunch of mutations on here. We have 37 mutations total, and the only thing I can tell you that I noticed is that Verdant did not become Paradisal. We did not get Paradisal today, which is a little annoying because, you know, usually we get Paradisal, but there's just not been a heat wave event all day. And the other thing that has been a pain was that we sat here for hours with a cooked owl, and we got burnt and fried multiple times, but we never got cooked, which means we never got these sizzled mutations. So that's kind of out of the picture. But with 37 mutations, if we actually separate some of these like spaghetti, we'd be at about 39 mutations. Harmonized chocolate would bring us to about 40, abyssal 41, gloom 42, infernal would bring us to about I want to say 45, ceramic would bring us to about 47, storm charged about 49, and I believe that's everything separated. So about 49 mutations total on this multi-trap, which is pretty good considering we didn't have any admin events today. And this thing I'm hoping is worth a lot of money, so we're gonna go ahead and grab a magnifying glass and throw it in our hotbar here. And without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and reveal the value of this multi-trap with all of these mutations, and hopefully it's worth it. And then after, we'll try to get the amber mutation on it and see if it bumps up at all. But let's go ahead and check the value on 3, 2, 1. So this multi-trap is worth 2.2 trillion, which is actually very, very good. And surprisingly, if you didn't watch my last video, the Crimson Thorn video, you might want to go watch that before I spoil what I say. But in the Crimson Thorn video, that thing is actually the best valued fruit in the game, and it was worth less. And I think that's only because we didn't get the rainbow mutation on that, because we had gold instead of rainbow. So rainbow really does help, and it got our multi-trap up to 2.2 trillion, which is very good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in my raptors here, and we're gonna see if we can get the amber mutation, but I don't know if we'll be able to. It's a hit or miss with these guys, so let's just go ahead and try. All right, we have some raptors boosted. Let's go ahead and try to pick up our multi-trap and see if we get amber applied. Oh, look at that. We actually did get amber applied. So we're going to try to check the value with Steven now to see if it went up any at all. So it's 2.2 trillion. How much is it now? 2.3 trillion. So they did fix amber, making it worth less, and it did bump us up about another 80 million, I think that was. So yeah, that actually helped getting amber on it. So yeah, we did reach about 50 mutations total on this thing, and that is our multi-trap. This thing has so many mutations, and it's going to join our collection here with all these other multiple mutated fruits that we have. So anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, drop a like, comment down below what you want to see next, or if you want to see me try some new games like Plants vs Brain Rots, because that is made by Jandel, and it might be interesting for me to try that out. Also subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.